some stuff a while back, but I changed it back to the original, so it should be okay. I mean, like...
But I don't know. I think this might be your internet connection.
Oh... Don't say that. I don't have Steam up, do I?
Keep in mind that they have definitely been making changes this week.
True. Oh no, maybe mine's cursed.
It's live. It seems like it's doing okay right now. It went, like, the bitrate for me went from, like, kind of sharp to, like, kind of chunky, and it's been smoother since it switched to chunky.
Yeah, it gets a little chunky sometimes. Like, that's not weird, but...
Stuttering on and off. Let me restart it. Maybe it's, like, poisoned or something.
I'm gonna pop out the chat, and then I won't have anything else up. I don't even have Steam up right now.
Yeah, it seems like it's doing okay. It seems like it's doing better since it went to chunk.
Look how many loot boxes I've got. 1,000. And I'll never open them, chat.
All that. Don't they routinely come out with new stuff? Are you not interested in it?
Not really. I play the game because I enjoy it, not because I want cosmetics. I'm the opposite of, like, the whale. That they probably cater the game to, like, with all the cosmetics.
What is the opposite? Of, maybe some sort
I'm
of
so bad.
eel? You're the eel.
1 HP in a dream? No.
Do you ever get the house beef from any of the Chinese places around your parts? House beef? No, I don't even know what house beef is.
The only thing I
like
get is crab ragoon because that's the most delicious thing.
Because she's 3-year-old.
Thing.
Yeah, I don't know about house beef. That's new to me.
Baited. Too bad I can't aim.
Are you sniper battling?
Trying, but I'm not a good shot on Widow.
Oh, look at that. Remoras.
She's gonna murder me.
I think it's something long and slender. So you're getting your ass handed to you.
Yeah, I'm just playing deathmatch while I wait for another game.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Smeemer, thank you.
Overwatch stream, yeah. Hopefully it's not horrendously pixelated, though it may be.
But all three of us are here for at least the minute, so even if you're not into Overwatch, stay for the banter. Stay.
Please stay.
You're putting a lot of pressure on the banter.
You guys bought your lottery tickets?
You guys bought your lottery
Is it
tickets?
really high?
It's like $1
billion.
billion.
Oh, wow.
Juggalo Turtle.
Oh, he gave me one. Thank you.
All those Juggalo subscriptions.
Yeah, I don't normally buy lottery tickets, but for $1 billion, maybe.
How many numbers you got to pick on that ticket?
I remember seeing that trending earlier. That makes sense.
What's the cash payout? Like 40% to get 400 mil?
Incredible.
I might be able to make that work. Five and the mega number. 700 million cash payout. Oh, it's higher than I thought. Wow. I would probably just come up with some insane project and just take 100 million and just put it into that. Not all at once, but over time. Really liked the Minecraft video this week.
Thanks.
Seeing everything on the server reviewed so well was probably the best part of my week.
Aww.
It's been a rough week for you. But
So sorry you had a bad week.
I'm not shitting on Chris's video. I thought that was a very well edited video as well. And,
I went through and labeled all the B-roll because I wanted to make sure it was easy for her to edit.
Yeah, that was went along with the voiceover really well. And of course, we were talking earlier about how Krista dolled herself up for that.
I did. I put on
Probably
eyeshadow.
for the first time in a month.
Back up here a little bit. Too close. Too close.
I said the hair had some kind of treatment, but she says no, that's natural.
It
I don't know,
is.
Chat. You believe it? I'm not sure if I do.
It's just the humidity level.
My hair is naturally curly.
Maybe she's born with it.
And I washed it and dried it that day.
Did you make tendies on the market today?
On the market?
Are you talking about the GameStop thing? No, I would never invest in GameStop, but I'll tell you what, chat. I made about $400 this week on none other than Twitter.
What?
Because this is a little thing that I've been doing called the outrage trade. And it's paid off every motherfucking time. People get outraged. They sell a solid stock. I mean, Twitter, you know, it's bullshit, but stock market doesn't know that. And it goes way down, and you're like, they're going to forget this in 2 weeks. So you buy it, and you sell calls. And I sold calls 2 weeks on that one. And unfortunately got called away because it went up faster than I thought. Because it always does. Because it's the outrage trade. Get into it.
Some bots.
Krista, your voice is a beat high.
How so?
Your OBS is turned up higher.
Oh, okay.
It's your mic versus.
I thought you meant like my voice was higher.
Oh, because she's. Oh, is he just?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I was confused for a second. I'm gonna res this.
Somebody else, please talk about the audio.
Yeah, I can fix that if need be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, someone else says dwindling around.
Okay. Okay, I can mess with that. After this team fight. Boost it. Oh shit, no.
Never realized how much makeup the office women have on until this year. Are they doing the zooms without it? I would think they would go to the trouble. Stream as a whole is pretty silent. So Krista, do you have the ability to turn your desktop volume up?
Yeah, I can in a minute. I can't do it in the middle of the... while everyone's spamming me for heal. But yes, after this. Next death, chat. Ryan probably has ult again. I'm gonna go up.
Krista, I don't know. You know, I don't watch you play a lot of Overwatch, but every time I watch you play Overwatch, I have this feeling that you are really good at this character, but you try to avoid her for some reason.
I'm pretty good at her. I just like to learn other characters. It gets boring playing the same ones a lot, and there's so many others to learn. Shit. Yeah, I'm probably gonna die here. Yeah. Okay, let me look at.
Are you ready for $5 to $9 gallon gas? I know. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna enjoy that.
Is it better? Worse? I modified it a little bit, but I probably need to go into Discord and change your guys' volume levels too. If I turn you guys way up, like it blasts me, but they seem to prefer that.
No. You know, it's in OBS. It's the desktop slider versus.
Yeah.
And the game probably needs to come down in the game.
And okay.
Why is that happening? Because the Biden's. Well, the first thing is the Keystone Pipeline. He's already shut that down. But he's going to do like the climate executive actions, executive orders. And it's going to put a huge burden on the oil producers. And so obviously they're going to pass that along. Okay, I said it's better.
Okay, good. I just modified it a little bit more, so it might be bad now, but I want to go help my tank who's critical over here, but he's not coming back. There we go.
The ball is
Yeah, he's supposed to be, but he's a terrible one.
I guess that would probably be a pretty good design for him. It's a big ball. If you could somehow.
He mostly makes space by like being disruptive. Nice. If you just damage boost him, there's nothing to heal.
Let me get you patched up.
They're so far up. Can't really follow Tracer.
What's the daily player count of Overwatch?
Well, are you talking about actual unique players or just Smurf accounts? I'm gonna try it. Should I res this? No, probably not.
I don't know.
No.
Do you know both numbers?
No. They say smurfing's not a problem. I think it is.
Oh yeah, it absolutely
Yeah.
is. But they might, so why not?
I mean, it's more money for them. If, you know. Not me! Not me!
There's so many games out there. You can never play them all. But yet you're spending just a bunch of money to play the same one.
Yeah,
over and
that's what I
over
don't understand.
And artificially lower the difficulty for yourself.
But I like to stomp noobs.
Huh? How's the house hunt going, or have you given up?
Haven't given up. We found one we really like, but we have to get everything in order before we can do anything with it.
What do you mean by that?
Like inspection and everything. Oh, I can probably res that. Okay, we're doing
So
corner res.
you're already at that point where you're just like, all right, let's inspect
Yeah.
this fucker. So you've been to it?
Yeah, we've been to it. Oh shit, no, mom! Oh, it's okay, I'm fine. We're gonna Valk here. Probably not a good Valk. Damage boost everybody. Oh.
Gas prices go up, everything goes up. What about Amazon? Amazon's gonna feel that a lot. So I imagine things will change on that end. I had a weird week this week. I only ordered one Amazon item.
Do you order from Amazon that often?
Oh god. There's shit coming here constantly.
Play of the game.
I just don't order things very often. Like, if I need something, I will. Like, today my husband got a package and he ordered a deodorant and socks.
Yeah. I'm deeply involved in subscribe and save.
Oh, okay. So you do, like, your grocery stuff through that?
Not really grocery stuff, but like a lot of like bathroom type stuff. And a few grocery items.
I think that, well, we did a story about that. Amazon's getting rid of their grocery service. The
Yeah.
preppers freaking out. Someone posted a big thing that was like, stock up now. And I was like, well, there's still going to be regular grocery stores. Like, you realize.
Sadly, in a sign of the desperate times that we live in, I stuffed the last remaining spot for Q-tips in my cabinet as the subscribe and save has been slowly building up because I can't fire a fucking gun. So I was like, okay, let me hop on here and take a quick peek and see what these prices are like. So steel cased Hula, just trash. I think it's Russian. It used to be 15 cents. 60 cents for the trash.
Good lord.
Can be hacked, and everyone.
Do you still have your membership at that, like, weird gun range?
No, why
Yeah.
would I?
I noticed at the place that was giving away food, there was a guy next to it that was selling reloaded ammunition, and I think he wanted like 30 cents a round, and I was like, that seems like a lot for reloaded ammunition.
For a 9mm?
Yeah.
I just don't know if I could trust that shit. If I did it myself, I might trust it, but you know, who knows what that guy's up to.
Yeah.
He sneezes and I lose my fingers.
Well, he had a line too, so I think he was gonna sell out. It was just like, good lord, this
It's
is not
crazy.
time.
Yeah, that's especially that being next to the food line.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, someone else got him.
Beacon in place.
Oh. Rip.
Who manches? Aw, isn't that sweet?
Oh yeah, JWD. Chris is destroying the people of Hong Kong again. Although I think that fight's over, right? I mean, Jesus, we actually witnessed in 2020
See you later.
a city basically just get crushed,
Miss me?
invaded and crushed.
Ahorita regreso.
Oh, excuse me.
He vuelto. I'm out of here. Beacon in place.
No! Mom!
I'm very impressed by the forearm strength of this girl, firing that submachine gun one-handed like that.
The guns are super realistic in this game, just like, you know, you can have a jar of piss thrown at you and then you can't heal.
Reboot and try again.
Just like real life.
I mean, you know, in terms of, you know, like infections and making your wounds dirty, there's some truth to that.
Be right back.
This character has a passive where you can see low health enemies.
See you later.
Mom! Rue, why are you whining? Oh. My husband probably just got home.
What's the deal with Overwatch 2?
It was trending on Twitter earlier and I checked it and it's literally like just nothing. People are just talking about it for no reason. And I'm like, did Blizzard pay for this? This is an ad campaign.
Do you think Baycoin can make a comeback? I don't think it was ever really a coin, right? It was just a coupon code.
I've got to figure out how to get the. I have some old bitcoins that have Bitcoin Cash associated with them. I never dealt with that. I need to deal with
Come
that.
on, let's bring it together.
I'm not even sure how that works because Coinbase just does it for you.
Oh yeah, I never trusted Coinbase with anything because they report everything.
Yeah, well, mine's just been sitting there.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
That was the that whole like $10,000 rule. I thought that was already the case. I had no idea because Coinbase already does that.
Yeah, and I've got ETH somewhere, but I can't remember where I put them.
Is that person? AFK?
Yeah, there we go. I was gonna speed him to point. This character has a speed boost.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Did you all sell before the drop? No, I haven't sold Bitcoin in a long time.
Defend objective A.
Let's get you healed up.
I don't think Bitcoin's selling. It's normal after you go up that much to drop down.
Let's up the
I'm not
tempo.
playing BX. That's Crystal. Christy's the Overwatch player.
A little too close to their spawn. Let's back up. Or just keep jumping in. You're gonna die. Anna doesn't have a line of sight on you.
Kill time. Oh, turn it up.
You ever talk this kind of shit? In the
No,
chat?
absolutely not.
You should.
Why
I
not?
usually use the in-game voice commands.
That's not how Blizzard intended it, Krista.
If you can't call your team useless feeders, what's the point?
Feel that? Nothing's gonna stop it. Healing food.
What kind of event would cause a Bitcoin outrage drop? I don't think the same kind of people hold Bitcoin that hold traditional stocks. It doesn't quite work like that. I think the Bitcoin crowd's a little more opportunistic.
Let's get you healed up.
I need to help Anna. Help Anna! Okay, or just let her die. Our tanks are so far off the rails. Our tanks are doing like a really good coordinated dive, but they're not peeling the way they're supposed to for their supports.
Oh, of course, peeling.
So like Anna, this
What do you mean?
character is a healer, And if she gets doped, she dies really easy, so you have to like stay on top of her to make sure she doesn't die.
Got you.
Who taught you the term peeling?
Just other players in the game. Lucio's a pretty good peeler, as is Diva. Because they can move so fast.
But yes or no, Miss, I would say crypto is basically gambling, as are all investments basically gambling. It's not supposed to be that your money just gets less valuable and you have to do something about it. Your money's supposed to hold value, except now in central planning, somehow 2% value loss is just built into it.
It's like Grandpa put hundreds of thousands of dollars in the wall of your house. It's a big difference if he did that with Cougarans versus cash.
Alright, let's go in. Nice. I'm dead. Oh no, I didn't. Alright, great. I'm cool.
Well,
I'm probably dead here in a minute. This Diva won't leave our team alone. I don't have anything for this now. And I should be able to take care. Well, she had 2 tanks on her, and our tanks were just nowhere to be found. She's got 1 sleep dart.
I'm just getting started.
Why?
can you put the robots to sleep?
Yeah. Actually, if you put the Diva to sleep, like this character with the mech, if you like go up to her and look at her, you can see her frantically moving, but it's her mech that's asleep.
You ever, I mean, I know there's a lot of them, but I think this girl was fairly famous for her Diva cosplay, and she might be the bathwater girl. What was the bathwater girl?
Switch to D. Daphne?
The chat knows.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the chat will be able to tell us.
Anyway, this other girl who was, I think she was very famous for
I'm
her
dead.
Diva cosplays is, you would never, Belle Delphine, that's it. You would never expect this. It's gonna blow your mind. But she's doing hardcore porn now.
Wow.
I heard that she's also making like multiple millions of dollars per month, and
I'm
probably
sure.
isn't going to do this for very long. Like she's just going to disappear one day.
I think she was very careful about how she rolled out the goods and milked it, and now she's like probably finally like, all right, time for the crescendo.
Well, it's a brilliant strategy if your goal is to retire by 25.
But in terms of porn, I mean, she can take it so much further. There's so many milestones that she can continue to deliver. Shot.
Oh, come on.
How much does she make on OnlyFans? I think that's where most of it comes from.
Yeah, I've heard it's on the order of like 10 million.
We need someone with more survivability here. Anna's not doing anything.
No dying on my watch.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Tracer's the only one
Ray
up there.
painted some other bitch's car and stole her hamster. I don't know. I do remember that story. I don't know if that was her. Or not. There's so many of them.
That was actually a publicity stunt.
I think it was New York Times. I was reading a story on there, and they interviewed these 3 different OnlyFans women, and they didn't say this, but it was clear that there were 3 tiers of how successful you are on OnlyFans, and you know, basically corresponded with their attractiveness. And that's very interesting. But they were also pointing out that it's so crowded now that it just like if you show up now, it's almost impossible.
That's not the move, Ryan. Bad charge. Wow. Feeding.
I believe she's an incredibly savvy businesswoman. I would agree with that if she does walk away from it. But I think a lot of that addiction is not just money; it's also.
Alright, nice.
What is this character?
Baptiste. He's a healer, but he can also shoot. He's more aggressive.
Let's stop that payload.
I'm afraid they're gonna C9 us.
All better.
Imagine being a pro gamer at 35. Is that not a thing yet?
Oh, we just did a story today.
He was 20.
Oh, there's so many mines. Help me!
What you're saying is OnlyFans needs a fancy algorithm for discoverability and parasocial matching. I don't know what OnlyFans
What's
needs,
our Anna doing?
What are you into? And then you type awful things, and it's like, here you go.
but well, you probably can do that. But I remember lost my thought. Parasocial. Oh yeah. There was a guy who posted. I think it was a 4chan green text that he posted. I saw it on Reddit, and he talked about how he would go and find really obscure OnlyFans accounts, but where the girls were really good looking. It's just that they were bad at OnlyFans, and he would subscribe to them and steal their content, and then he would repost it. But he was really good at OnlyFans, and he would interact with his customers and
Pretend to actually
you know,
like the customers.
yeah, chat with them and stuff like that. And he was making 6 figures just doing that. But he said it was like an 18-hour day, and you had to, just deal with lusty guys all day, and it was barely worth it.
Humanity is disordered. My teleporter is online.
Who's better right now, Bap or Anna? It kind of depends on what their comp is. There's so much damage right now. Bap's immortality field is really strong, but
From light into being. Turret in place.
All these. Now, if you don't chat with people, Krista, how do you pick up on these little things?
what do you mean?
You said you don't talk
Oh,
to people.
yeah,
on
I'm
games.
subscribed to Overwatch on Reddit. The meta conversation.
Get some, but what about just calling it back?
That's pretty common. What's the current voice line spam? So I was upset because there was a new voice line added for Baptiste. That's like, behind you, ah! They did it for Halloween. And I didn't get it at the time. And it is very spammable. It's very disappointing. I set the meta. I wish. I'm not that good.
Such a interesting little community that I know nothing about. You know what I was thinking the other day is it's very interesting how diverse and unusual some of the Minecraft winners seem to live. You know?
Yeah.
And how great would it be
Welcome.
to have a little mini documentary
Prepare your defenses.
of all of them?
Select your hero.
I just really...
Because I'm sure
I'm imagining
they're
like a historical
fascinating.
document. Like where it's like, I just really didn't think. And they're doing like the little cam things. Am I DPS this round?
Attackers incoming.
I'm not talking necessarily just about their builds. I'm talking about, like just
Just
how
them.
they're living life. Spending that much time in Minecraft, like what else are you up to? And some of the stuff that they responded to when we sent them the notifications.
It was funny, the winner, Noodle, he like freaked out. He was like, what? No. And that's all he put.
5,
For like
3,
several hours, the only response we got was, what? No.
checkers incoming.
And I was like, is this bad? Does he not want to win? But he was just shocked.
Oh, I gotta prep all those packages this
Yeah.
weekend. There's a giant pile of crap in the entryway.
We still need to tell a few people, I think. We need to ask what they want.
Yeah, well, let me catch up on the piles of crap because it's already
Yeah, it's a
like
lot.
more piles of crap to move for. Oh, Ralph 124C is just gifting like a crazy person. Look at that. There's 3 there. Thanks, Ralph.
Oh yeah, I missed a couple.
The mass gifts button is broken for me, so I have to gift individually. You mad lad.
I saw Tracer. Where'd she go? Oh, our Mercy killed her. What a badass bitch. Oh, I'm full charge. Let's get it, son. If this guy would just swing at me, I would probably die, but it's like it's taking him way too long. Don't tell anybody. If you're playing Ryan, just swing at the sim. Don't let her get full charge.
You just told everybody.
I don't think many people watch this stream. But pro tip, if you play Reinhardt, don't let Symmetra get full charge off your shield. Look, I've already got my ult.
Photon barrier is ready for deployment.
You're really underselling the prizes by calling them piles of crap. I think he's talking about it's a pile of prizes, as in.
Turret in place.
Yeah, there's some decent stuff in there. And I think it worked out pretty well that the the people that picked stuff said, "Oh, I can really use that."
Except for the one guy who gave the thing to Sprout, which is
Oh,
fine.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Even though we found out that Sprout he was just a cheater.
The one guy was just like, I don't have need of any of your crap. It is all crap. I was like, oh.
Sentry turret placed.
Probably still send him a t-shirt or something. We'll see.
The man, the myth, Rocker Daddy 420. No, he wanted a beanie.
Oh yeah, we need to do that. I'm just gonna generate a bunch of coupon codes. You just figure out who to give those to. I don't need to be involved in that.
I don't know if we need a bunch of them. Just give him one.
They have a Pharah. They've caught on. They've got flying characters. It's going to be hard for me and Junkrat to deal with. This guy probably has his ults.
Do we stop selling polo shirts on purpose? We're kind of reimagining the store at the moment.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff. I've got one t-shirt that's done, and then I did 2 versions of the penguin one, but I haven't decided which one I like better.
So, we're not necessarily restocking stuff right now until we figure out. It's a lot of stuff just nobody was buying, so there's no reason to
You're the
keep making them.
objective. Yahi Parambasta Victor.
60 seconds. وليهم قوتك. Upgrade detected. Adaptive circuits engaged. Roadhog. I'm going whole hog.
D.Va's not the pick there. Almost got my ult again just from beaming her.
Got one that I wear to work every week, but I only have one, so I'll wear it on Mondays. Are we planning on doing more polo shirts? Were those not selling?
They weren't labeled as one that wasn't selling. I think more subtle stuff seems to be the better sellers from...
I am on my way.
It's almost like our audience isn't looking for extra attention.
I literally had an email that was like, I like your hoodie, I bought one, but I want more that are unbranded. It's like, okay.
Was it? Oh, we didn't do a podcast.
We gotta do one, yeah.
Yeah. What? No, but what are we at? We're down 2 at this point.
God, January's over. When did that happen?
Well,
We'll do that next week, probably.
Victory. Play of the game.
unbranded. Yeah, it's kind of like, well, I mean, I guess we could do that. Seems a little weird.
We're so next level with our influencing that we don't even have to brand things. Just
There,
we just buy regular T-shirts, mark them up, and fucking sell.
there's
them.
I'm gonna give that to Mercy because she was really good about damage boosting. There's a brand that does that. I think it's called Muji, and it's just like a brand that isn't a brand, and they just sell like white T-shirts.
Maybe we could do a really subtle, like some really subtle, just barely embossed colors on the hoodie where you just, unless you are like looking at the hoodie hanging up, you can't tell that it's like a super close up of like the angle in the one in level 1. I don't know.
I'm gonna try to find that again, actually. Come on. I think it's called Muji.
Definitely
Prepare to attack. Select
some of the more successful brands just have the, they put the logo in a subtle way. I never really understood the shirts that was like the giant Nike logo. It's like, come on.
What
Do we
about
need
the
that?
that was the Nike logo, where like you had to
Booster
squat
logo.
or something to get the Nike logo.
I don't even know about those.
I'll be
It was
watching
like
over.
racing pants that had like the racing stripes or something. I don't know, something crazy.
Those were hot when we were in like late high school and college.
Attack commences in 30
I wore a lot of those. I'm not ashamed of it.
Analyzing location. Hot, dry, unpleasant. Ideal for hamsters.
When I was in high school, I didn't want anything with a brand. I didn't want to, I was like, I don't want to be your advertising, so I like wouldn't buy t-shirts with a brand on them.
Damage increase.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, I wanted to send you the store and listen, I wasn't paying attention. I was gonna boost Widow, but she's like way far away. There we go.
You needed a doctor? You should be at peak performance.
They're just the same old maps. Are they not rolling new maps out at this point?
Not really. Oh, Tracer's dead.
I'm taking care of you.
Widow's not really hitting her shots, but I will boost her
Engaged.
to see.
So if you were in the voice chat, you could be like, I'm gonna boost you, but you don't deserve it.
I'm not getting any hit markers on you. Come on.
Healing stream engaged.
Did my pants say juicy across the S? No, but I remember one of my favorite times
Oh, there she
of
goes.
the
She
year
got a
would
hit.
be the
Where does it hurt?
because you come back to school and then right around March you would get that first kind of warm day. It wouldn't quite be warm enough for it, but those girls didn't care. They were busting out those juicy pants and the halty tops and shit like that, and just working it all across campus. It's great. But and then it was even funnier toward the end of the day because they all just looked really uncomfortable
This is not. Let's keep it
because
moving.
they were cold.
We gotta push the payload here. Come on, guys.
You should be at peak performance level. We need to move the payload.
Could launch a from the Boiler Snake line.
You needed a doctor?
Boiler Snake merch. I don't know if the world's ready.
I've considered that before.
Damage boost engaged.
It's too obscure of an
Yeah, I
in-game.
don't know how well it would sell.
Your support has arrived.
In one drawer I have black t-shirts with skulls, and another drawer I have black t-shirts with snakes. That's a
Edgy.
man of class. Sausage Toes won one of the Minecraft prizes, didn't he?
Wait.
I don't remember.
Did he? Maybe we haven't emailed him yet.
Maybe he was an honorable mention. I thought I saw his name.
I'll have a res there. Also, I'm playing with Lieutenant Dan. It's short for Lieutenant Dangle. My pumpkin's playing Overwatch with me.
Where does it hurt?
People might think the Boiler Snake is sexual. What would I think Boiler Snake was if I didn't know what Boiler Snake was? I don't know if my mind would go to. Are you thinking that's like a penis reference?
Maybe?
Healing stream engaged. You should be at peak performance level.
A boiler describes a profession, right?
Cease your resistance.
You needed a doctor?
In addition to an actual boiler.
Okay, fall back. That's a lost fight. I am getting away.
Boiler is a closed vessel with fluid.
Oh! Wow. I didn't realize she was that far up.
Guess it's just the boiler.
Though on my way.
Oh, Boiler Maker. Yeah. Is that a sports team?
Boilers, I think.
Let me get you patched up.
I could use that ult charge,
Can
come back.
someone young tell me if there are WAP pants on campus? You think she'd let them get away with that? Maybe she's selling them?
I'm saying we should be selling them.
The WAP pants? You think we got a lot of young ladies who would
I'm with you.
pick those up from our store?
Where's the widow at?
Would love something
Nice.
like a white undershirt with a level 1 logo that doesn't shine through. Doesn't shine through. I don't quite understand what you mean by that. Can we have a space engineers contest? I was thinking about, you know, Chrissy, you said that you definitely want to do this again next
Yeah.
year, but I think it could be a lot bigger next year.
Yeah, I think so. We didn't promote it super well this year. Like I mean, we made a couple videos about it, but like not a ton. I think if I did like a more dedicated announcement, maybe that would probably get a little more interest. Maybe it's just like a core group of very dedicated people.
I'm here.
Widow's low.
I'm being attacked.
I had the two-factor to get into my Twitch account, and I saw all the Linode emails that had stacked up on that email account, where it was like,
Back in the fight.
you've exceeded your 2-hour bandwidth limit. You're outputting too much. White shirt, but the colored new logo would go through my white overshirt. Go through it. Art of stuttering. I have Chrissy. Do you understand
What
that?
is it?
Let me get you patched up.
Okay, he wants a white shirt where he says the logo doesn't shine through. And then he says white shirt, but the colored new logo would go through my white overshirt.
I'm probably gonna swap.
Are you saying you want the logo to be mildly colored in such a way that it doesn't
Like a really pale gray,
see
or
another shirt?
No one can hide on my
can probably rest this.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be a big seller.
Damage boost engaged.
Sell him a white shirt for $30.
Heroes never die.
How about this, Art of Stuttering? Since the goal is to not see the logo, why don't you get a regular level 1 shirt and then a regular t-shirt and then the overshirt? Still touching your skin, but no one will see it.
Oh, come on, guys. They're so far up. We run right into their spawn door.
Starting over from the beginning. On my way. Fall back.
What would you say? Let me give you
Heilstrahl aktiviert. Schaden verstärkt.
let me give you 3. Yeah, okay. I can't give you 3 examples, but just how much joy on a scale of 1 to 10 do you get from winning an Overwatch match?
If it's a close one, for a good amount. I don't like it when it's a stomp one way or the other.
Let's say, you know, 10 is whatever, wedding day,
Okay.
and 1 is like that was a particularly good peanut.
I would say like a 7. Yeah.
Really? Wow,
Is that lower or higher than what you expected?
that's higher than I thought. I mean, that's kind of like,
I really enjoy this game. That's why I've been playing it for so long.
I mean, have you ever tried drugs?
No, I don't ever intend to either.
I think you would downgrade the Overwatch win.
I might downgrade
How
my
many
wedding if I
candies?
was on drugs.
How many tendies per 10 Overwatch wins? Chad, I made air fried tendies yesterday. I overcooked them, but now that I know the proper time, they're going to be some badass tendies when I get it right.
I'm gonna give you a pro tip that you could. For me, it was like, how did I miss this? I had no idea you could do this. It might have a similar effect for you. You might not like it. It depends on your brand of tendies. But like the Tyson's pre-cooked tendies, If you take a coffee cup, like a ceramic coffee cup, fill it about half full with water, and put that in the air fryer as well, it puts a lot more moisture in the water, and they come out so much better. I mean, they're already good, but if you do that, it's going to be like perfect breading.
But you're over here talking about frozen tendies. You're not even on my level. I'm fucking talking about from scratch tendies in the air fryer.
Yeah, I'm not good enough to do the from scratch tendies.
The Thundercats get some tendies? No.
Well, now the Tysons, I don't know if the Tysons ones are pre-cooked, but they're pre-made. So, you know, you lose some of the breading in the bag. They're good though. I think they gotta be pre-cooked, don't they? I'll have to look next time I'm making them.
The frozen ones usually are, yeah. I mean, you can get, you know, just the frozen cuts of meat, but
No, they're already breaded in the bag.
uh,
But the cup of water for the moisture, oh, they turn out so good.
and I've seen a lot of those recipes say that you should, I mean, not a cup of water, but you should put some water because that will prevent smoke. Krista, what color was the icing on your
We
wedding
had
cupcakes?
2 flavors. Actually, I think we might have 3. We had vanilla, we had chocolate, and we had lemon blueberry.
You completely did not answer the question.
It was white, brown, and like a pale cream yellowy color.
Wait, what was the yellow one?
It was lemon with blueberries in it.
Oh, yeah, 'cause I thought blueberry. Why is blueberry yellow?
That was my favorite, honestly. The lady who did our cupcakes was a friend of the family's, and I'm kind of like, maybe I should just buy more, like just for myself, just to enjoy.
You got to keep making up events and then make an excuse why you're not inviting her.
I'll get us one safe.
Where you should be at Why do you struggle? Why do you struggle?
All right, so this is what you do, chat, on this map, and it doesn't always work. But you come down here as Symmetra, and you put your turrets all through here, and then you bait them, and be like, oh, I'm just a little person all by myself. And then they chase after you, and they run into your turrets. Sometimes you just get sniped and
If you
die,
don't-
but
If you don't raise your voice like that, does it
no,
work?
no, you have to talk like this. Now see, I'm probably gonna die here, because their whole team's jumping me, but... Oh no, my healers are here.
Get some cupcakes for your anniversary, Sausage Toast. That's the perfect excuse. Although I would take that one step further, and I would say you should get cupcakes for everybody for your anniversary.
Just everyone in the whole city.
Well, you know, some list that includes me.
We can't get poop cupcakes anymore. Blah, blah, blah.
They sell cupcakes over there.
Oh yeah, cookies, I guess.
Know your place.
Egg.
It's like Waffle House and IHOP. You don't sell other shit. It's just that one breakfast item.
My thanks.
Symmetra's up there. I gotta get up there too. I don't want to destroy my teleporter. My team's doing all the heavy
Learn how she
lifting.
makes cupcakes and bake them when you want. Yeah, you can't just learn that. The years of experience.
Well, I mean, the lady's like she isn't actually a baker. She just does it as a hobby. So I mean, I could probably ask her for her recipe, but
You should, you know, approach her about that, and then
In place.
she'd probably be like, "Oh, I love to. Yes, I would love to do that for you. Oh, that's so great." And then when it comes down to delivery, just hardball her on the price. Just really mercilessly bargain. And walk away multiple times. But keep your fucking cupcakes.
Why do you struggle? Turret deployed.
Food reviews while you do the news. I don't think people would enjoy
no,
it.
they don't like it.
Although people do love to watch eating on YouTube. It's crazy.
Online.
And I
See,
watch some of them.
Feature man, I don't know what's so compelling about watching him eat very, very bad food, but okay.
You know what's great about Feature Man? I mean, I don't know what's great, but it entertains me, but at the same time, you know, gives me a little bit of melancholy. If you watch enough of his videos, he tells the same story 7, 8 times. And at this point, I don't think he's aware of it.
We need to send him an email or something that's like, hey, would you like a new editing rig? You want us to build you this home automation or something?
I might take a computer. He does talk a lot about, it's like, I don't take advertiser dollars, and I don't have any intention to. But I think if we sold it, it's like, listen, you don't have to do anything. There's gonna be a big ass logo on the side of it, but you don't have to do anything. We're just gonna PO box you.
Oh,
a
sorry.
computer.
There is nothing that is
That was not supposed to go to me. That was supposed to go to our soldier. This guy probably has ult. I should back up. Okay, we're down 2. Fall back.
fall back.
60 seconds remaining.
I'm gonna pick up our Mercy.
Understood. This will help.
Bad news for you, Ron. You do that thing telling some story. Well, everybody does that to some extent, but he's, you know, archiving these in videos. I'm way more interested in Future Man's day-to-day life than I am his Hollywood stories. I want to hear about his Kroger trip. I was in Meyer the other day, and this guy was in a power chair, and this guy, like, he was U-shaped. You know, probably in his 90s.
Was it an upside down U or?
Yeah, you know, his back was just a curve.
Oh.
Played man.
And we're in the soup and the tomato aisle, and he power chairs in the middle of the aisle, and I'm behind him, and he slowly claws his way out of his chair, and picks up a can of crushed tomatoes, and I looked at my phone because I was like, I must be having some sort of stroke or something. 2 minutes, he observed this can of crushed tomatoes, and no one could. I mean, the entire rest of the aisle had backed up. No one could do anything because of him and his chair. And then he put him back.
I need help.
Well, he just didn't see they had anything that he wanted.
Total alpha move. That'd be funny if he wakes up every morning. They just can't wait to get to Kroger and fuck up everybody's day.
Whoops,
I
that's
wouldn't
my
even be
wallet.
mad about that. No, that's what kind of gun is shooting those little wild shots? Those are interesting.
Shit, not good. Should have ice blocked there.
Trying to get him to start a Feature Man style channel here. Style channel?
Defend the objective. On my way.
Feature Man just wears those old school shirts.
I'm not playing real well here.
That are like almost see-through. They look like the most uncomfortable plasticky. He's a man who clearly enjoys saving a penny, so his shirts probably cost like $5.
I wasted my ult there. Was not playing well.
Ooh.
I was trying to use the wall to cut them off, so they couldn't just rush in and like kill us, and then we just kill one of them at a time. But I kept misplacing my wall. I almost killed their Zen, but my bad aim strikes again.
Because you're not putting in the rips.
I know.
Krista. You've really.
It's my 30-year-old ancient lady reflexes.
You've atrophied. Did you cross over
Crossover what?
to the threes?
To the threes.
You said 30.
Oh yeah, I did. I'm 30 now.
Oh,
Rip.
wow.
There goes my esports career.
Have you taken a look at funeral plots?
No, that was the plan after the house.
I get on it.
Wonder how it determines what the play of the game is. They actually have to tweak that from time to time because sometimes it bugs out and then you'll just see one character get it all the time. Time to prepare for arthritis. I do think I will probably get that as I get older.
Well, people probably, it's like the Google algorithm, right? Once people figure it out, they just game it to try to get that.
Now traveling to Busan.
Is that a thing? Is that meta?
What is it?
Select your
Well,
hero.
Do some people figure out how to get to play the game and abuse the... Is that why they keep changing it?
no, I think it's just like when they release a new character, or if they buff or nerf someone, it can just make it so it's like, oh, Ash threw dynamite in a group of people, and then like it gave them a little bit of damage on each person, so it counts that as like good, but it didn't really accomplish anything in the fight necessarily.
Who's going to defend Elmer Fudd's Second Amendment rights? I don't think anybody's really constitutionalist in the Looney Tunes universe of 2021. After I saw that story, though, I went on Dailymotion and watched the one where Rabbits and Caruso, where Yosemite Sam and Bugs Bunny are on a desert island with that shark. God, I was cracking up. Those are so good.
I never liked Looney Tunes growing up. 6-year-old me, not into it. Still not super into it as an
30s
adult.
when 30s when you start thinking seltzer water is tasty.
I am actually drinking seltzer water right now.
Oh my god, Chad.
I'm ancient. Talking about buying a soda stream, buying property, becoming landed gentry. I've used all my juice. Oh, nice hook. That was a good hook. I probably should have killed the Symmetra. There we go. Can't let Symmetra get full charge, chat. She'll just melt everybody.
Turned 30 last year, kind of mad about the whole thing. Yeah, I mean the round numbers, you know, nothing's really different. And the things that do start to get different
Nice
happen
shot
so
by our
slowly.
Hanzo. She slept him though.
This will restore you. Restoring you.
Our main tank's a little too far up.
Remember also those cartoon mornings where Elmer Fudd would blast away? Yeah, they were constantly shooting people on those
I don't need to
cartoons.
use fade there.
Why didn't Wendell offer to rewire your new house? Oh, you have no idea. Wendell's on this contractor lock, and he was dying to do it.
Oh, there was
I was kind
there
of.
was so much other stuff though. Like if it had just been the electrical, we might have considered it. But it was a lot.
This will heal you.
Yeah, it was not. It would not have been fun because, like, to do it right, you would have had to reopen the walls, and see, that's not.
The
fun.
the estimate we got was just for the electrical as well. Oh crap, I don't have fade. So it wasn't like all the drywall replacement and like the tile and blah blah blah.
Yeah, those you gotta be careful on those because a lot of the contractors around here are shitty,
Yeah.
and they'll just like, you know, rip an entire wall down to just put one outlet in it, and it's like, what are you gonna do? And they're like, oh, that's not my department, that's drywall. And it's like,
You just yeah.
but what did you do? Why did you do this? I know this because I've hired them all, and they've all just screwed me in one way or another.
It was just too much. Like if it had just been a little bit of work, I might have been like, yeah, that's fine. But it was too much for the price it was at.
I mean, you know, you don't really need a ground literally everywhere, but when you need it, you really do
Well,
need
right.
it. So like,
Symmetra's full charge.
like your kitchen, for example, sort of important to have not only ground, but you know, ground fault interrupter circuits. That's
Well, the
kinda
room we were
important.
considering for our office didn't have any of it either, and it was like, well, hell.
Yeah, see, stuff like that's not too big of a deal because you could put in an extra outlet or two. I mean, it's not really like, you know, at the one house, we ended up doing something different than I expected, and so like one room just had one circuit, and it's like, oh, if we're gonna do that, I probably will need a second circuit in here. And it wasn't really a big deal to do that because the basement is open, so like I didn't have to reopen the walls or anything like that. It was just like drop a wire into the basement and we're good. But I wouldn't want to do that at your house or your proposed house because it's just like it's just so disappointing because they literally just
They did,
redid
yeah.
it.
I feel worse for the homeowners because they just had that renovation done. And I'm like, man, they really got screwed because now they have to disclose that to anyone else they try to sell to.
Yep.
This will heal you.
Symmetra's behind us.
DX314159. Thank you for a good sub.
Thank you for the sub.
Alright.
Well, yeah, you gifted a tier 1 sub to ZBH something. Should be good.
Because, why did he do that? It's because Ralph gave him a sub. Nice. You know what I was thinking about, speaking of Ralph, RimWorld now has a co-op.
That could be fun.
Yeah, I think we could maybe resolve some of Krista's aggression in RimWorld by dealing with the combat while she sits at home.
Take the objective.
The enemy is here.
Get into position. Restore. Surrender to my
Oh, also
will.
chat, there's a new survival early access that's about like drilling and stuff. You guys heard of that? Is that something we should check out? Looks kind of like Hyperion or Rust or something like that.
Not ready.
I'm here. I've been here before the gift though. I'm a couple drinks in and feeling generous.
Well, thank you.
Well, I think you need to line up some shots there, so. Friday night, after all. I love. Oh, it's Maximus.
Oh, little baby
Yeah,
Max.
well, Maximus, boy, give us an update on your life. Did you marry that girl? I bet you did. I bet you regret it by now.
Last time we saw Max, or at least the last time I remember seeing him, he was what? 17? 18? If he was getting married, he was 18 at least.
He had he had gotten through some training and had a job last time we heard from him.
Wow.
He was much older.
Unbelievable.
Spot so he'll never comment again. It's awesome.
It's like, oh, screw this. Moira's Totso P. I feel like I wasn't managing her cooldowns really well. I was getting hacked a lot, but
Be welcome amongst my colleagues in Oasis.
No, thank you. You and your
Chinese
colleagues
Communist Party said they're looking
decide.
forward to the Biden
I want
administration.
nothing to do with it.
I don't know if I buy into the whole like China thing, but there are a couple of things. One of the big things that kind of bothers me is they wouldn't release the donors to his son's foundation until after the inauguration. I don't know if they did it yet. But it's like, what difference does that make? Because supposedly there's some Chinese companies on there.
A welcome improvement.
oh, they got a turret.
I'm under attack.
They actually publicly stated that. Well, you know, they could just be trolling him.
The objective is now active.
Yeah, we gotta go over here to kill this turret.
Not yet.
Also, it's kind of disgusting, and you know,
Allow me to repair the damage.
A swing and a miss.
it's. I wouldn't expect anything else from the other side either, but people have been taking his old tweets where it's like, Trump doesn't even have a plan. He's just telling you to wait. I have a plan of what to do right now. And then today he gave a speech and he was like, look, there's nothing we can do for the next 3 or 4 months.
Get into position.
And I guess that was the plan.
Your contributions to the furtherance of science.
Okay, we gotta kill this guy. Come on. There we go.
If we are to progress, we must frame the objective. Thank you. This will improve your condition. I understand.
You should be at peak
I am
performance.
optimized.
No one can hide from my sight.
Let the dragon consume you.
They made an amusement park where you could travel around all these maps. Would you go to it?
Probably not.
Allow me to repair the
I'm just not into like
I will
Disney's never really appealed to me.
My ultimate is joy.
Have you been?
No, but I'm not interested in it.
Oh, I watched a movie, chat. Class Action Park.
Is that, yeah, Action Park? Oh my gosh, Action Park is amazing.
Yeah. And I think they, in the entire run, they killed like 7 people.
It's just not a roller coaster if your kidneys don't tickle your lungs.
No, they didn't have roller coasters. It was, it started out as a ski thing, but he was like, well, I'm not making money during the summer, so he turned it into a water park.
get into position.
But no one knew how to make a water park. So he was just dreaming shit up. One of the best, like they had this loop-de-loop water tube thing, and they were talking about like troubleshooting it, and the way he would test it is he would just hire somebody to build it. And he wasn't like an architect or anything. And he didn't hire architects, he just hired engineers. And they would build it, and then he would give his employees $100 to try it. And they would get all fucked up, but they didn't care because they had $100. And this is the 70s. And so at one point, people kept coming out with cuts on their back and on their legs and on their arms, and they were like, how are they getting these cuts? This should be a smooth tube. And they popped the top open, and it was teeth embedded in the PVC.
Oh my goodness.
I'm restored.
They just had no concern for safety or any regulations. His insurance was fake. He had fake insurance the entire time.
Heroes never die.
The documentary, yeah. They have all the promotional videos from the park and stuff like that, and they interview the survivors, quote unquote.
Dragon consume you!
Alright, Lucio, you little cuck. Come on.
Can I refund my sub? No. That's gone. That's in Jeff Bezos' and our pocket.
To my will.
Mercy, you dumb slut. Come on.
As expected. Regenerating the cellular structure. This will restore you.
Loved by the dragon.
Oh, are you wanting to refund your sub because of Krista's poor gameplay? Oh, I didn't get that part.
Damage increased.
Allow me to repair the damage. I require assistance. I'm restoring you. Overtouch from afar. Your power is mine.
There's a lot more projectiles flying around in this game than there used to be.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten more crazy.
Get into position. Allow me. This will heal you.
I'm running out of juice here.
Oh, you don't want to hear about teeth on the water rides? Yeah, it's horrific. And it was all run by teenagers. The guy that owned it didn't work there. He just hired all teenagers, most of them illegal. I think he only had to be 14, maybe. And they would just close the park down, and it just became an orgy. It's just a drunken orgy.
Channel points so I can get Krista to say mercy, you dumb slut. She like flew through all of the mines from the hamster.
Do something.
When she had a clear path to me, maybe that was just a mistake, but it seemed pretty foolish. I can't tell if Krista's doing well, alright? I'm doing okay. I don't know that there's much else I could do as a healer in this game.
City's looking to ban facial recognition. Yeah, it seems like that's catching on more and more.
If I didn't use that orb yet.
I have an 80% opaque black screen on top and it's still too colorful. You might just have a low tolerance for color.
This game is pretty like wild if you're not really sure what you're looking at.
I mean, I've played this game probably, what, 30 hours? And I'm vaguely aware of what's going on.
There's been a lot of characters since you played last.
I need to recharge.
I always feel the same way about these games. I really like them when the first time they come out because I'm on an equal playing field. But then I can't invest the time to keep
Right.
up.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Bad guys, heads up.
This will heal you. Dragon surge is ready. My ultimate. Fire at will. This will improve your condition. Get into position.
I'm running out.
Step right up.
Do you think that yellow healing beam leaves a stain on your clothing?
Probably.
What do you think it smells like?
Just weird. I'm out of juice here.
Your power is mine.
There was a wipe on Tarkov and it was actually fun for a couple of days. I forgot about Tarkov.
What a game. Did they ever implement the like individual bases?
Oh right, because that was the plan for that game, was to be way bigger and not just single sessions, right?
We're kind of scattered right now. It's not great.
Start the Cataclysm Esports League.
This will heal you.
Where are we?
I dominate the Cataclysm Twitch category. I'll have you know.
This will improve your condition. Surrender to my
Alright.
will.
Changing
Oh,
Cataclysm
this is
stats. Nested containers.
That was bad ult. From both me and Zen. I thought I could save Zarya in time.
Allow me. I cast this forward.
Step right up.
Yes, remember they had the bunker when we played it. But it's, no, the plan I think is to have all those maps
Get into position.
connected as one giant world.
I need to recharge.
Because if you notice, the exits that you use in those maps go to the other maps.
Surge is ready.
Inventory's good. I was playing and I was like, Jesus Christ.
You see me.
There's something wrong with the loot drops because I'm not getting a Science ID card. But of course I didn't realize I wasn't searching the wallets of the science corpses.
This will
The
heal
ID cards were in the wallets, because that's where they'd be.
Surrender to my will. I'm on fire. All evidence towards Boy, Gairi Guyalum.
Nice.
Victory.
It's not bad stats.
Oh, you got the spray and the tea bag.
I may have gotten play of the game there just because I tagged everyone right at the end. No, dang it, it was them.
Does anybody ever call you out on your bagging?
No. I think bagging's it's like a friendly thing to do. Look at that. That was really good. That got us the last fight.
Imagine how much healthier and how much more lower body strength we would have if teabagging was a thing we adopted in IRL.
That core body strength. Wow.
You just get up in the middle
It's
of a
like if you-
meeting after you just told someone off and then you just bag the ground a couple times.
But don't make it all aggressive either. Make it, like a greeting, or, when you run into, like, you a total stranger at the grocery store, it's like, oh, you go first, but instead of doing that, saying I'm sorry or whatever, you just start busting out the bags. And it'd be like the Japanese, the lower you bow, the more respectful it is. You gotta literally drag your testicles across the ground to show maximum respect.
Personality synchronization 100%. This experience is a gift.
Normalize teabagging. Well, I mean, it's 2021, chat. We could probably normalize anything.
Flight routine activated. Stabilizing system core.
Wow, what you did there just seemed really disrespectful. Oh, this is dead.
Yeah, I'm just playing deathmatch.
Why does she have, has she been eating, white cheddar Cheetos?
Oh yeah, this is the moth skin. You haven't seen this character, I don't think. She's pretty new.
Oh, I thought this was the Mercy.
No, this is a different character. She's a DPS.
She's a moth, you say?
The skin is a moth, but she can fly.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Didn't hear any salad bowls. Listen, it was lunchtime. That was the one week where the laptop decided to freak out, so I had to record it down here.
Did you all read about what happened to female sports that gets any sort of... Huh?
I'll be watching over.
Sentence very- I'm not parsing that sentence very well there.
Good to be
Ernest.
working with you again, Doctor.
Is there more to it? Are you
And under
are you
better
setting us up for something there?
circumstances, too.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
You should be at peak performance level.
Let me show you how.
This is a good map for Mercy because you can like glide around on the ceiling, or on the roofs rather.
Damage amplified.
I promise I'm a native
So wait,
English
now you're
speaker.
not moth. You're not moth girl. at this
No,
point?
no, I'm playing Mercy again. I'm not DPS this round.
Attackers incoming.
I'm healer.
Defend objective A.
Who determines that?
When you queue now, you queue what role you want to play.
Oh,
Let me get you patched up.
Orion is feeding.
Been down.
Ooh, I shouldn't jump up there.
so you can't do weird compositions anymore?
No, not unless you play certain game modes. Wow. Big feed. Wow. Okay, well, everyone just run around the corner there. Good call.
This is great, but it's no Stellaris.
I'm probably gonna get sniped here.
Chad, I'm toying with the idea of doing another Stardew Valley game because they patched it. There's a bunch of new shit. But I don't know.
Yeah, that was the other alternative tonight, which I think the chat probably would have enjoyed more,
Let's
but
get you back out there.
I'm trying to psych myself into it.
Your support has arrived.
are we...
I just the early portions of that game were tough because all that menial work. It was fun the first time.
Just to keep up with healing, I'm gonna have to ult.
Can you not still do that as a full group? You're talking about Stardew Valley? Krista hates it.
Wait, Stardew? Can you do that multiplayer now?
Because we played it multiplayer.
Let me get you patched
I might be able to res this, yeah.
We still need you.
You don't recall that?
No.
You don't remember playing Stardew Valley?
I don't remember playing it multiplayer. That's your job, Reinhardt.
Chad, did we not play that game multiplayer? Most times we did.
I meant the weird comps. You have to play like in the arcade. It's not the default game mode anymore.
Where does
Any
it
institution that receives federal funding must admit biologically male athletes to women's
Damage
teams,
increase.
women's scholarships, etc. if they identify as female. That's gonna be hilarious.
Let me get you patched up.
Please stop running into me. Okay, thank you.
I'm here.
What is our Ryan doing? I'm probably gonna report him for feeding. I mean, I wasn't playing super well there. Like, I shouldn't have flown to Hanzo probably, but like our Ryan is just in their shit all the time.
Feng Shui RimWorld game, I bought that and I couldn't get through the tutorial. It's so fucking dense and it's so poorly presented and the font is so tiny. And I want to sit on the couch
Okay,
and play.
Grandpa. Our Diva's really good. She's eating every fire strike.
You don't have any business talking shit about that, Kristen. You know it.
Yeah, I can't see.
I gotta finally do the eye appointment though because my optometrist is gone now. He's
I'm
retired and
taking
just
care.
disappeared. And the records are gone, so there's no reason for me to go back there. So now I don't have any excuse.
I don't need my ult here. We're up one.
Damage
Except now I have to find a new one.
I still go to the one in my home in my hometown.
Yeah, so did I, but he's
Oh
gone.
right. No!
can get into women's MMA.
Yeah, I knew he was over there.
I mean, let's be honest. Unless you are already fairly decently trained in women's MMA, if you went into the UFC
Starting over.
as a man, it wouldn't matter. They'd still whip your ass. Bless Krista for playing Mercy. It's so boring.
I like the more mobile heroes. Mercy can move. That was not good play by me. Wow. Alright. I don't think I have any more void slots.
Are you feeding?
I was feeding a little bit there. I was trying to
Was that
trying to
feeding?
like jump back to Widowmaker, but I didn't get there quick enough to get back into the safety of the spawn zone.
And you're reporting somebody
Yeah,
else?
because he was in their shit constantly.
Oh, I don't think gameplay sabotage means just being shitty.
No, I
think
don't
it's
think he
purposefully.
was doing that. I think he was doing that on purpose.
Why would you do that on purpose?
Because
Is there like a collusion type deal going on?
some
or-
people just play that way. Like, instead of shielding the team or playing with the team, he was always just running straight into them and dying. Ooh, this is a good question. Ryan, if there was a tornado coming and you had only enough time to take one cat, which one would you choose?
That's such a tough choice. I think that Crouton would be happier if it were just me and him. Honestly, like I believe that right now. They do have a lot of fun running around together, but Toast is kind of a real prick. When it comes to stealing his food, he doesn't like any Crouton to get any attention at all. And he just gets mean and pouty. But on the other hand, you know, Toast is my buddy, and he will... I think he likes me more than Crouton likes me. So I don't know. It'd be a tough choice.
You didn't actually answer there. That was like a good politician
go-
answer.
I'd probably go with Toast, I guess.
You T-Rex so you can stomp on the lower kiddos. That's not fun for either team though.
Helden sterben nicht.
Personality on my way. Lifting off.
Toast would definitely get super sad. He's very
I'm
codependent.
probably not gonna win that without tanks.
Need some assistance.
Changing position.
Toast would grow distant. I don't think he's capable of that. I think even if I just beat Toast every day, he'd still act the same way toward me. He's that kind of cat.
I'm waiting for our healers, but I guess we don't care about that.
Oh, your moth woman.
Yeah. I got a DPS round.
Oh, can you do random?
I have a queued for DPS
Flight routine.
and support.
Oh, so it's just whichever one you pick.
Yeah, like whatever they can place me with first.
Well,
I'll be
Crouton
able to outdamage that.
has an amazing life. They both do. They finally got their old food in stock, so I bought some of that. Just to test and see
I'm just
if they react any differently to it. They
I'm
don't.
debating switching Ruse food. Just so I don't have to go to PetSmart to get it.
I thought trickling was a bronze problem. What's trickling?
When you walk in one by one, but people do that, I mean, quick play all the time. Shit, I was trying to help Mercy there, but I ran around the corner too fast.
How much money do you think is spent on pet items in a year? Are you talking about me, or are you talking
For
about
Rue Dog?
worldwide? It's worldwide number is probably staggering.
Setting us on the objective.
Do I take the cats for drives? No, the cats have never been in that car. They go in the truck if they need to be transported. They're not fans of it.
I hear Genji, where is he? Oh, there he is.
Be right back.
Is Wendell up to 3 cats? He's technically, I guess, are you going to be a 2-cat household here? shortly, Wendell?
Probably, yeah.
How do you think that'll go? You think they'll tolerate each other?
Not a chance.
Oh,
Do you have a plan for that? Because, I mean, it can get real bad.
Fortunately, the way that it is, the doors can be closed, and like that area can be its own area, so it's probably not a big deal.
Oh, okay. I see.
Get into position.
Cat litter is the most expensive part of catting, or you must not feed your cats the pricey food.
where is
They
this
put
Genji?
the...
Piece of shit.
Who does the lightning?
Heroes never die.
I think I'm way behind.
No, I might just be bad too.
Enemy seen.
I shouldn't have shot him while he was deflecting.
But the reveal cat food is usually like $1.50. They had it on sale for $1 a can. So of course I think I bought maybe 30, 40 cans. And I got stacks of 2 flavors at a time. So on the conveyor belt there were just big columns with 2 flavors and then another 2 flavors and another 2 flavors. And the guy that was checking me out just picked them up, took one look at them, saw that they were all different flavors, scanned one, and hit that button. So he just fucked their inventory on that.
Oops.
Current command, attack objective.
EMP is charged. Get ready. On my way.
Not playing well at the DPS role.
How long does cat food last? I'd say it's pretty long time. It's sealed in most things.
Must be some reason I keep you around.
How about a Terminator movie that covers the first year of the war? Are you asking me to produce that? Because I'll take the job. But other than that, I'm not sure what I can do for you in that regard. This game has an EMP?
Yeah, with Sombra.
Does that not shut down the flying car?
Just the characters and their abilities.
Let's see you get past this.
60 seconds remaining.
This will restore you.
Ooh, purple.
Surrender to my will.
My ultimate is charging.
Where did the Hanzo go? I'm waiting for him to pop out here and kill 3 of us. Anna's dead.
My will.
Heroes never die.
Yeah, get shit on.
30 seconds.
Our hard work will be for nothing if we don't attack now. This is not the end, and on the objective. Come join me.
This will only go.
不许走。
Step right.
Pine pellet horse bedding used in place of litter. I tried some of that pine-based litter. Problem is, when they pee in it, it just like softens up and becomes a dust. And I found that very difficult to deal with.
Defeat.
Also, they carried around the house terribly.
I wasn't playing that well that round.
Is this 3 Ds in a row there,
Yeah.
Krista?
Of the game.
Darth Bong,
Wow.
420. I was trying to peel for our mercy here. Look, we almost had them there. So I like boosted myself up on the ice wall and then like stood still waiting for her to fly to me and she just jumped around. It was strange. But I was not putting out enough damage.
Total, like just overall coolness. Do you like Darth Bong 420 or Rocker Daddy 420?
Probably Rocker Daddy's more cool, right? Like, because Darth implies that you're into Star Wars, and that's considered a nerdy pastime.
Oh, okay.
Traveling to
I'm
Nepal.
gonna have a
Prepare.
delicious gusher.
Select your hero.
They're just corn syrup, I know.
The worst snack. You could be getting so much flavor for your calories.
I like to play Mercy with Echo. Did 420 ever sound cool? I'm not really entirely sure. I think it's kind of like an edgelord thing, right? Oh, great. I have 2 flying characters who will both be demanding healing.
420 is like pre-exists any kind of culture that you would call edgelord.
Young again.
Uh-oh.
Now that it's legal, it's not legal everywhere, DX.
They're still not legal here, right?
That's the big question about Biden. I think they've already introduced the lower schedule bill. But I think that's where you start to see the true colors of this administration.
I will not waste this opportunity.
Because keep in mind, Biden has been in the government for 40 years, and he hasn't made these changes, or even offered to.
Shit.
Sometimes kids turn 30, but their taste buds don't.
Damn it.
You know, that's something on the Pakistani reaction channel that they really talk about a lot. I think they feel bad about enjoying the sweets, because they're constantly like, oh, this is good for kids. Of course, adults would never eat this, and they're just
Yeah, it's so good.
Okay, that's a good question, Krista. Which username turns you off more, the 420 or the 69?
I find 69 more crass, but neither are particularly mature. But I mean, it's also kind of silly. If it's clever in some way.
It rarely
Yeah,
is.
it really is.
Hello.
Are you fishing tomorrow?
Let me get you patched up.
I got my ult.
Damage increase.
I should have been more aware of where the soldier was a second ago. He came around and rocketed me.
Heroes never die.
If I had a kid, thank God I don't, but if I had a
Oh,
kid,
that's over.
I would sit them down, and it wouldn't matter which gender it was. It would be applicable to both. I'd sit them down. I'd wait till they were like maybe 4, 5, 6.
We need a defensive ult.
And I'd be like, listen, son,
Has arrived.
you need to get serious about choosing a username. You need a good one. It needs to be clever, but, you know, it's not stupid. You can change it sometimes, but you need to stick to it as much as you can. And then, you know, like we talked for it. I'd make them throw them out, some candidates, and then I'd shoot them down and tell them why those are terrible.
You gotta be thinking there's gonna be a lot of other kids with 420 in their username. And how will that impress Clarissa at school?
You want to stand out, son. Not too many characters. Nobody wants to read a book.
Fully healed. You all look like you needed to heal. Get in here.
I heard McCree but couldn't reposition quick enough. Oh! Help! Nice, nice. That was good sleep.
To be fair, Clarissa is kind of a basic fish. Clarissa?
The girl that our hypothetical son are into.
Oh,
Come on, we just had a hectic team fight, and I'm remembering it.
didn't get Clarissa.
Someone has to keep you alive.
Well, we can always invite her over for dinner and then have her explain it all.
That was one of those weird shows that it wasn't funny.
Clarissa explains it
But I
all.
watched it sometimes. You know,
That was a lot of ults. I shouldn't have used mine.
I think that was one of the first TV shows where it was like the family was not perfectly functional in a way like, you know, it wasn't dysfunctional like, you know, I Love Lucy, but it wasn't like Leave It to Beaver either.
But the Lucy's didn't have any kids, so it
Yeah.
didn't matter that they were dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've been chat. Soft White Underbelly, the YouTube channel, is fantastic. But he's been branching out and interviewing different kinds of people for a while now. I'm just catching up. And sex offenders, holy fucking shit! I had to turn it off because this woman just, matter of factly in an everyday voice, describing the darkness not only of her life, but that she then inflicted on her children. It was too much. It's just like you live in a world with these people, and you don't think about it because it's too much to think about it. But then it's in your face, and Jesus Christ. But that's a great channel. Krista, what kind of names are on your list for the first set of triplets? Imagine what triplets would do.
They would destroy me. They would just have to like kick those out. I couldn't poop them out. You folks who watch Clarissa Explains It All's children made me feel very old. I watched it.
Corey in the house? That was past my time, I guess.
That was like my younger cousin's generation. That was like when Disney ruled and not Nickelodeon.
Now, Sabrina the Teenage Witch came after Clarissa Explaining It All, right?
I think so. That sounds right.
I think that might be the one I saw.
I watched both. Ooh. Wow, Farrah just crapped all over her. Alright, I'll do it. It's fine. Allow me.
The Adventures of Pete and Pete. I remember that name. I remember watching it. I wasn't interested in that kind of horse shit. There were cartoons of people shooting each other.
See this character right here? This is the moth lady.
I don't. Okay. A little bit behind.
Oh.
So she never touches the ground?
I mean, she has to eventually. It's like on a cooldown, but.
65 episodes were produced and aired from 91 to 94.
Need some help here.
Yeah, but they reran it for like 10 years.
Yeah, that was the thing about Nickelodeon. They didn't really have a ton of content.
I liked their stuff better growing up.
Better than what?
Better than like Disney.
Well, yeah, Disney's trash.
If the triplets were identical,
Nick at
what
Night was where
it was at?
where they shone. You know who started Nickelodeon? I do not.
Damn it, I just overshot that.
If the triplets were identical, what would be your strategy? You mean to tell them apart? I'm sure that you'd figure it out. Do you think Krista is Leslie Nope IRL? I don't know who Leslie Nope
That's
is.
from Parks and Rec. I never really like watched that very much, so I'm not familiar with.
Which characters?
Let them up.
It's high.
Farrah just crapped all over them the whole time.
Did you earn yourself a gusher?
I did.
There?
I was like, oh, good job, me.
Play of the game.
Leslie got triplet.
Oh,
when she,
okay.
oh, Jesus, that's some insider shit.
There's so many ults.
Maybe don't open up conversations with Parks and Rec. Just a live tip. Now, what was that snowball business?
Snowball business.
They threw a snowball.
Oh, that's one of his opening things.
Oh, so that was just like this guy's.
Yeah,
best,
if you
right?
win play of the game, you have
Oh,
like an animation you can play before.
Oh wow, they just dropped the 1.1 patch for Cyberpunk. Just now.
Yeah, do you want to look at it?
Various stability improvements, including memory usage, various crash fixes related to, among other things, loading saves, game opening and closing, and point of no return. Quest's open world fixes. Fix an issue where Delamain would end immediately and seem like they cannot be picked up in epistrophe? Epistrophe. God, I can't read today. I really need some sleep.
So it sounds like it's not any new content. It's just them fixing it.
Yeah, let's see. Fix. Retro fix the saves affected by the rare issue where speaking to Judy in Automatic Love would be impossible due to an invisible wall. The underlying issue is under investigation. Fix.
Did they fix anything that,
You up?
that you've run into?
I'm just skimming for things that are like new content or fixed or whatever.
NPCs no longer lifeless husks.
Now, did they announce they're not doing paid DLC?
At least the first one's not paid.
Let's have some hot cocoa.
I foresee great things for you.
Visual achievements.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There are PlayStation and Xbox specific fixes. Who's gonna tell them that you can't get those anymore?
But some people still have it, right?
Yeah. Oh, there were a couple of Stadia specific fixes as well.
Ooh, nice pin by Orion.
The esports scene, are they still doing
For
that?
Overwatch? Yeah.
For anything?
Oh, like for the diseases, right. I think they're doing it all remotely.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the Overwatch League in a while though, so I'm not sure. We can't heal through barriers.
I've still not gotten much motivation to play Cyberpunk. I don't know what it is. Razor has a gaming mask. It'd be funny if they made you buy one of those to get into the esports league. CSGO is negotiating with who they're negotiating with? COVID? It's tough to get him at a table.
It's a she, obviously. Corona-chan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're returning to in-person tournaments, but you're gonna have your own pressurized suit, pure oxygen. What could possibly go wrong?
And then there's just a picture of the building burning.
Yeah. It's like, I lost my eyebrows.
Surrender to my will.
Everybody's under 25, they'll live. They should have to play through it. It's part of it. One of the tactics that you can play one time per tournament is to throw a beanbag soaked in COVID at your opponent.
Don't move.
I think this is winnable.
All the people at the hospital basically look like they've been playing that game for months, and they
Yeah.
Get into position.
I love those. I mean, I don't derive any joy from it, but it is darkly funny. Those pictures where they have the ER workers and stuff, and their face is just bruised and scarred from the masks, and they look so done with it.
you do that, and then you read a thing about how somebody tested positive and then immediately got on a plane, and it's just like, oh my gosh. It's like, well, I had to go home to see my cousin. It's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Did you see? There's a quote. One of the Biden. I don't remember what her job title was. Let's see if I can find it.
Our team is not staying in LOS.
What's the
Line of sight.
But they were you know, talking to them about the inauguration, and they were like, "Why was no one wearing masks? 'Cause you literally weren't wearing masks." And her response was, "This is such an important and historic day. I think we had more important things to worry about than masks."
Widow's up here somewhere. Where is she? There she is.
That's cold.
This will restore you. Fall back.
Where'd she go? She's gonna pop out here and kill me and May.
Yeah.
Hello. Find the Yeshu.
Where is she? She'll probably go open the window, right?
Allow me to surrender to my will.
Prison Architect has a new DLC called Going Green and makes the prisoners work on a farm.
Aw. I don't let them work
Imagine
in my
all the-
garden as it is right now. Because they
Imagine
steal
all the
shears,
dangerous
yeah.
farm implements. Would you rather be punched by a boxer wearing brass knuckles and a kidney, or have a baseball pitcher, fastball, and AIDS-covered baseball? I would take the AIDS-covered baseball. Do I get to wear clothes?
No one's shooting me. Well, something's wrong there.
Engaged.
Downloaded the PlayStation 1 emulator to my Amazon Fire TV. Does Amazon Fire TV stick have enough power to run a PlayStation 1 emulator? That's impressive.
They're still down one.
Allow me to repair the damage. Moving up. Repairing the damage.
Stay out of my way.
Fall back.
It'd be fun to see how people,
I will
how their
unmake
playstyle changed. If every time they died, they lost $1.
you. This will heal you.
They lost $1 or a dog?
$1.
The dog is especially dark.
I'm restoring you.
Well, I mean, we'd have to have a lot of dogs to try and test that.
That is actually when they tell you, like, when you try to improve at this game, one of the first things they tell you is just, like, die less.
Not yet.
You need to value your life more instead of feeding.
That would,
Allow me.
so you, the way you can test that is
To my will.
you set it up so everybody has like a prize pool. So you start with $500, and every time you die, you lose 5. But only the winners get the money.
Thank you. Get into position. Not ready.
Krista is low-key, kind of sweaty. What does that mean?
That's gaming slang. That means, like, you're trying too hard. You're try hard.
Oh, so out of touch with gaming slang. I don't know about trickling or sweaty.
Trickling's
Or fat.
Overwatch specific, but
Regenerating your cellular
oh dang it, I messed that up. There we go. It's okay, May got her.
Oh, a rare win.
I know. Notice I wasn't playing DPS this round.
Of course, I noticed that immediately.
Sweaty is what the other team shouts when they're losing. It's true. I'm just trying to have fun, bro. Did I put WAP in the game chat? No, I put WP.
Yeah, he's saying. WAP would be a whole different kind of message.
Is that a train conductor Reinhardt? What patch is that from? That was for the Christmas patch this past year.
Oh, is he the conductor on the Polar Express?
Yeah, that's like his skin. You know you're really old when 30-year-old gamers speak too young for you to decipher.
WP is well played.
Yeah. I usually, like, if I have a good game with some teammates, I'll put WP in the chat. And reward myself with another gusher.
9 Inch Nails Cardi B mashup closer to WAP? No. I haven't heard that. Seeing Biden run reminded me of Ryan's Ooblets character. When did he run?
The Bernie Sanders meme, that popped up literally like an hour after the inauguration, and then it was like everywhere. Like, I've seen it literally everywhere. I've seen it used by art centers. I've seen it used by
You talking about
churches.
the mittens?
Just the meme of him sitting down. Uh-oh.
I saw one where he had a cat on his lap.
Oh, wait, we need to regroup.
If Bernie Sanders had any fucking spine or any scruples, he would have walked up there and gave everybody on that stage the middle finger and pulled his pants down. I said, you guys fucked me.
He does kind of look like that in the picture.
Yeah. But he won't say it. Any plan visiting the Minecraft server in the future?
Yeah, I might do so. I probably will just play on it for a while.
We got no plans for future games. We were just, you know, that's why Chris is playing Overwatch tonight. So I'm sure we'll be desperate at some point. And the server is going to stay up for another month or two. So
Maybe longer.
there's a little bit of infighting cropping up in the forum.
Whoops.
Some people want more land claims. Some people want less.
It's not really that hard to get enough gold to make a new, like, to expand the one you already have, but...
Well, it does, Krista, if you're running giant...
Oh yeah, Nether
public
network.
works that stretch the map. Wasn't Parkitect multiplayer now too? Is that what that one was?
Yeah, Parkitect is. We should check that out.
Parkitect, and we could check out RimWorld Co-op.
Come on.
Score 0-1.
Got out of the car and ran to some supporters. Perfectly matched the animation in Ooblets. That doesn't sound very good for him. Because the animation in Ooblets is very feminine.
This is why I like you.
We need a proper GoFundMe for the server.
I'd
I
have to check
don't
my
think it'll
schedule.
be too expensive to maintain.
Yeah, we're gonna roll it in with our other infrastructure, so it won't have a separate cost, so then it won't cost as much.
5, 4, 3,
Are games adding co-op because of virus thing? I think multiplayer is always, like, better for probably, like, esport kind of stuff. It's another income stream if you're a developer. Though you have to invest in it quite a bit.
Where do I make my tax dollars fund the level 1 text Minecraft server? I don't think there's anything fun right now. Now there is some talk about mod packs and stuff like that. I don't know if I like that idea. Because it quickly gets into, like, you know, too ASCII for the common man. And it's always arguing about, oh, you should use this instead of that mod and blah, blah, blah. We're rapidly losing the good spirit. I think that's about the length of time you can have good human relations in that kind of setting. You were just tearing them up here, Krista.
An okay Sombra.
I'm on fire. Touch me.
Their diva was on fire last round, so I thought I'd mess with her a little more. Waiting for them to come in so I can get a hack off. Oh, never mind.
Montage.
Oh crap, I didn't realize he was over there. That was bad awareness.
You gotta give us some time to build up another prize pool before we do another contest.
Hora de empezar de nuevo.
Okay, one of their supports is down.
Later. He vuelto. Initiating. Much better. Get out of there.
Here I am. Ahorita regreso.
We are in the line. Group up.
Hey, my ultimate is ready.
My ultimate.
What does it mean when the world turns pink?
That means I'm invisible.
Reach it, bro.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
I'm out of here. Apagando las luces.
I've been getting a lot of mileage in AI Dungeon. Whenever shit gets really bad, I just cast invisibility. It doesn't matter what kind of character I am. They let me do it every time. Almost always works.
That wasn't focused. Probably should have waited a combo with Ryan.
It deals with that. Like when somebody's about to shoot you, you just cast invisibility, and then it's like,
Translocating.
oh.
Miss me?
Regen up.
Power of destruction.
Nice. Ryan destroyed that. He carried us that round.
This will restore you.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
I might need this later. ¿Qué onda?
Is that why Elton John wears pink glasses? I'm
Ooh, that was a good shot.
there's a couple of Elton John songs that I really like. So I was listening to my Spotify new release playlist the other day where it just prepares it for you.
Hora de empezar de nuevo.
And that song came on and I was like, Jesus Christ. This sounds like
Be
Oh,
right back.
you know, and this might sound stereotypical, and I'm sorry if it does, but this is the thought that came into my mind. I thought this sounds like an older lesbian with emphysema.
What?
And I went to ban it from my, like, don't ever let me listen to this again, this is awful. And it was fucking Elton John, his new shit. He's lost a step. But Ballad of a Well-Known Gun? Oh, so good.
Keep moving forward.
Do you think there are still analog copies of Star Trek: The Next Generation? Oh, I'm sure there are.
Yeah, no, yeah. They are keeping those, and especially something to vault.
Yeah, they
Go ahead.
fill them up with nitrogen and just store them.
They can't wait to catch on fire, so someday there's going to be a fire where it's like, oh, we lost everything. But when they did the high definition remaster, they went to the original film to do it, and it's shot on widescreen. But they were really careful to set up the sets, so it was like, this part of the thing isn't even going to show anyway because it's just going to be TV, it's not widescreen. Yeah, I really wish that they had shot it in widescreen because we could have widescreen Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah, I should have teleported.
Now, it's gotta be a matter of time. I imagine it's just the family protecting it, but eventually they're gonna remake Next Generation. Do you want to see that in your lifetime or never?
Hora de empezar
I think
de
if it's
nuevo.
well remade, it probably would be really
I
interesting.
might need this later.
Yeah, but what are the odds of that based on what you've seen
Thanks.
in the
Ryan.
recent past?
It's not going to go well at all.
Cover you up.
Like the whole idea, like at a very basic level, the whole idea of Star Trek was that it was like, if we as humanity somehow, and I agree that this is just very not likely to actually happen, but like, if we can all be the best, least terrible version of ourselves, the Star Trek universe is not really that unattainable.
Order will be
But you have to admit, terrible shit was constantly happening in the Star Trek universe.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we were living in a peaceful utopia. I guess. I'm sure somebody has crunched the numbers. How much Stardate time elapsed between episodes, generally?
Just a few weeks.
Okay, so yeah, shit was happening constantly.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Gotcha.
Would you be okay with the female Picard?
I think that would be okay. I mean, that was kind of the idea with Janeway. The writing was just bad. Like, there were a few episodes where, like, Janeway was actually a really good captain, but mostly the writing was just not great.
It's a female, and she's got a Cockney accent. Really heavy. And she chews tobacco.
He vuelto.
Damn it.
See you later. Beacon in place.
I don't mean a female Starship Captain. I mean a female Picard.
Like a Picard and drag kind of a thing. Patrick Stewart with, post-op Patrick Stewart. I mean,
Now, if it was just Patrick Stewart playing a female, I would absolutely watch that.
I am on fire.
there was the, did you ever watch the British show about, it was, Sir Ian McKellen and another British actor, and they were like an old gay couple in an apartment? It's really funny. It's surprisingly well written. It's very, very funny.
You don't know the name of it?
I can't remember the name of it. I'm sure the chat knows what I'm talking about.
The ride's on tilt.
They've got like a cat or a dog or something, and it's not real, but it's like, it's just a ball of fur in like one of those, like dog bed kind of things, and it's a prop, and they just rigged it up to like twist a little bit. And they joke about that. It's like, it's getting up in years. Maybe we should have it put down. It doesn't seem like
I should have waited. It was a bad hat.
anymore. And it reminds me of Mom's cat so much.
Ya estoy lista para ese trago.
That whole, like George Takei is every gay stereotype, and he's got, well, it might be dead at this point. That was so many years ago, but he had the little dog, the obligatory tiny little dog for the gay couple. And when that guy prank called him, he was talking about it. He's like, "Oh yes, her name is Ren, Lorraine LeBlanc. She's the White Queen."
Wow. Oh yeah.
But it sounds like, what you're describing is like that could be a reality show about George Takei's life.
Vicious. J Thomas 00 got it. I think it was on Netflix for a while, so you might watch an episode or two, because I think it's only 30 minutes long.
Vicious?
But yeah, the Wikipedia summary for it is a British television sitcom shown on ITV. The series stars Ian McKellen and Derek Jacobi as Freddie and Stuart, an elderly couple who have been together for 50 years, but endure a love-hate relationship.
Such a good sim map.
Oh, another V.
Navigating. Area denied. Get wrecked.
Vicious is set around the lives of aging partners Freddie and Stuart, who have lived together in their Convent Garden flat for 49 years. Freddie was a struggling actor, and Stuart worked in a bar when they first met. While Stuart is now retired and manages the household, Freddie still takes acting jobs occasionally and waits for his unlikely breakthrough. Their lives consist of entertaining frequent guests and making sure that their aged dog, Balthazar, is still breathing, and hurling antagonizing comments toward each other. And that doesn't sound like a good premise for a show, but it's actually very entertaining.
I watched something with George Takei in it recently. We watched The Terror season 2. It had a strong start, and then it just kind of like nosedived very abruptly.
No, that has nothing to do with the first one, right?
Yeah, it's like a completely different setting and stuff. So it's set in a Japanese internment camp, which is supposed to be like pretty grim, but then there are times where it's like, in another part of the world, and then all of a sudden they're over here and they're over there, and it's, I don't know, it felt very unfocused.
Did you know that a young George Takei lived in a Japanese
Yes,
internment camp?
and he was also listed as not only an actor in the series, but also as a consultant.
They wouldn't even have to pay you to put you away. Then how would
What do you have against tank gameplay? I used to play a lot of tank. I don't really anymore because I feel like you just are a magnet for stuns in this game.
everyone sign their life insurance policies? Once the mission starts,
Hello.
no more messing.
Hello.
Our Mercy's name is Thick Bunny.
Greetings.
I think that's a girl.
Almost certainly not.
What would be your pick for the best arcade game from each decade? Oh, you might have to give it to NBA Jam for the 90s, I guess. I don't know about the 80s. I don't have a good idea of what kind of stuff was at the end of the 80s in terms of arcades.
I tried to help our Winston there.
This is not your time.
Guess it wasn't my time.
No one else watched The Terror, the new one.
Enemies here.
I mean, it's not
I didn't even realize
it's
that was
not
a
really
thing.
worth it, but
Let me show you how it's done.
our Winston just ran in there and fed. I don't think he meant to, but he overshot his jump.
You know what? This is not a recent event, but what show really just shit all over itself was True Detective. God.
Yeah.
Season 2 wasn't like didn't blow any the doors off anything, but season 3 was just god
I might have to
awful.
swap here. I'm not getting anything done on this character.
Mortal Kombat was strong. Was that the 80s?
Oh, okay, well.
We still need you.
Pick yourself up. Dust yourself up. How about a little extra?
Street Fighter's got to be up there, right? Street Fighter 2.
Heroes never die.
Step right up.
Light them up. Let me show you how it's done.
Alright. That only took like all our ults. Just to get out of spawn. This May is doing everything in her power to get away from me and Mercy.
She wants to be an independent woman. Golden Tea. That was just in bars and stuff. That wasn't at the grocery stores. I never played that.
Too many ults.
Watch yourself.
Couldn't escape that. Something ult economy. Yeah, I almost had my ult and then Mercy res me. Probably was good because we got that big push with McCree's ult in mind, but I'm thinking about swapping to Brigitte here. I'm not great at Brigitte, but it feels like we need something to deal with the dive.
I will prove myself. Take cover. Now we're in business. You fix that.
Just stun him to death.
She says, gush your
Sorry.
mouth.
Damn it.
Get ready. They're coming back.
I bet her entire arm is just burning. I mean, you can't maintain that kind
That
of...
position.
How much do you think that axe weighs? Is that a mace?
It's about to go. Catching you up.
What do you think was the best 80s computer? I mean, I only ever dealt with clones. I never had any brand name shit when I was a kid.
I'll take care of you.
All the brand name stuff was unaffordably expensive. I mean, it was
Yeah.
just, it was like 2-3 times as expensive for something that was probably worse.
Yeah.
So go from this.
So like in terms of branding, I don't...
Team up for special attack.
Get behind me. I got you.
Step right up.
IBM PS3 for the commercial. Cousin had an Amiga. We had the Commodore 64, which was interesting, but I was too young to really get into that. Past the cartridges. They had cartridge
I'm
games.
on fire. Come on, try and
And then I got the 386 after that.
I got you.
It's weird that a lot of modern kids have, you know, infinitely more processing power than we had, but they all have it in their phone. And it's not at all the same thing.
Yeah.
The phone really discourages creation of good content because, like, I spend a lot of my time like just building things, like trying to build something, or like
Well,
trying
also
to
the phone ecosystems in every way try to lock you out of understanding what's happening.
yeah.
Where's McCree? I hear him. I hear his stupid Spurs, chat. Oh, he's up there. Oh, I got him.
Patching you up. Freeze! Don't move. Enemies found. So got some
Step right up.
feeling better. I will shield you. What do you think you're doing? Help me!
Victory.
Nice.
Play of the game.
Oh. Check out my window here, chat.
Heroes never die.
It's hand.
Your window.
So, the character I was playing at the start, his ultimate will amplify damage when you shoot through it, and I put it right in front of him when he ulted. I'll give that to Orisa for being cart bitch.
So what, you knew what he was doing and you were helping
Yeah.
him?
Yeah, I heard his ult go off and I put mine in front of his. Bridge is a 4-letter word. Listen, their Winston wouldn't let up, so I had to swap. It's delicious.
All that processing power, and we mostly run JavaScript click trackers. It seems like YouTube has done something recently. It's really, performance is just taking a shit for me.
Imager's that way for me.
I imagine it's just a ton of more tracking they've added. Google's done an amazing job making Bing the superior search engine. It's really does seem impossible for a company to get that big and not just start fucking everything up. What were the best search engines before Google and Yahoo? I always liked Alta Vista.
Yeah, that was a good one.
You had Web Crawler. That was
On
a
my
big
way.
one. What were some of the
On
others?
almost
There were so
100%
many.
DuckDuckGo. Same. Only thing I can't use it for is Google Maps because it's
I usually
garbage.
get most of my team back alive, but who's counting?
The maps are so bad in DuckDuckGo.
Oh yeah, Excite.
I think the whole point of Alta Vista was to try to sell you on how good Deck Alpha workstations were, and then Google comes along with their search engine made out of garbage.
Do you remember before search engines became, I mean, they existed, but they were kind of shitty, and sometimes people would just have, like, oh, here's a nice little index page for the internet of all the fun things that you might just go through their little personal curated list.
Yeah, there was no better way to spend a Friday night than to go through those lists. Go through like old Usenet posts and be like, what's new on the internet?
That was true random right there. That was truly spinning
Tanks just
random.
fed pretty hard there. Well, the diva didn't. She got hooked. But our Rhine just charged into it, which was kind of crazy. Oh,
Web rings. It wasn't exactly web rings. This
I
predated
remember
that.
web rings.
But you know, someone would just post, just be an HTML page, not even any styling or anything. It's just like, hey, here's a good starting page. Just set this as your homepage. I'll update it eventually, and add new stuff. It's awesome. It'll be a big giant list. That was the beginning of the dark web was like that too, because there was no dark web search engine. People would just make these giant lists of the shit that was on there.
I remember like I think it was Western Digital had one of the first like troubleshooting
shot.
things, and they had a web page that was like shortcuts to get on their dial-in fax thing. So it was like they wouldn't post the manual for their hard drives online, but if you had model whatever, you would call this 800 number and then enter like 2 for and then 3 and then 7, and you're going through a menu, but you're going through a menu faster than you can get through it on a voice prompt. And then you would enter a phone number and it would fax you back the manual for the hard drive. But for the longest time, they would not put the manual on the internet. It was so dumb. Josh and Droid, subscribe with Twitch Prime.
Making the stream sub only would make no difference. Yeah, we have a couple of really dedicated and probably somewhat mentally unstable donators.
No.
But we don't have a big enough user base to contain generosity. We need to get more entertaining to exhaust. Ralph and Nobin and what's his name? And I'm the biggest one I'm not thinking of. Glinda. We haven't seen Glinda in a while, have we? Is Glinda here?
Got you good and sweet. Getting the immortality field.
And Josh George just subscribed, and so did Asha Buggy.
Oh, thanks, guys.
How do you feel about static page generators like Hugo? It's kind of rare to get a project that's simple enough.
Wow. Chat.
What happened?
Our tanks both just got hooked off the edge. Like they just walked in one after the other.
I've got to be so far behind at this point. I don't think I'm seeing much. Let me refresh.
Okay, that was too late. See, I shouldn't have used my ult there. We used like 4 there. This Reaper almost certainly has ult. He's being a creep.
Intrepid Techie's wife probably prevented him from gifting subs.
Oh yeah, Intrepid Techie.
Probably for the better. He can buy some mugs or t-shirts or something.
Have we seen him in a while? I hope these guys aren't just dropping off from the COVID.
Oh.
No, I heard from Intrepid Techie. He's working on some interesting stuff.
Tracer's coming around. She's probably got a bomb here. That was a good shot by her.
I mean, some people might be looking at the 2021 budget and having to make some cuts. I mean, in all fairness, Nubbin should do that.
Dragon consume you. I heard you.
Valkyrie's charge.
Regen burst activated.
Oh, I thought McCree was gonna back into me and I was about to be mad.
I think tomorrow I'm gonna make meatballs in the air fryer. I'm excited about it. Got asked to make a simple website. Yeah, I mean, if the site's simple enough and it doesn't need any interaction or anything, then it's certainly be fast.
How about a little in your high ground?
How many hard drive warranty claims have you done? A shockingly high number. Shockingly high.
Oh, another D. You were on a roll there, Chris.
Yeah. Our tanks were playing super aggressive and we just couldn't keep up.
And what, you rewarded yourself a gusher for that?
Yeah, I did. Look at this. Watch
You
it.
don't deserve it.
Watch, she does it again. Our tanks walk out one by one. Watch it. Wow. I'm giving it to that hog because that was good.
That's more like it.
Did you download pirated South Park episodes over dial-up? Yes.
For the purposes of, I'm not confessing to a crime. This is just a conversation.
Hypothetically.
How crazy is it that that was that long ago?
That is pretty crazy. I think the creators of South Park kind of encouraged that in the beginning.
What does a restaurant dev cost? I don't understand that question.
Like developing a website for a restaurant? It depends what features they want. If they don't have anything like crazy, like they just want to put their menu up, that's like nothing.
Yeah, but they want a loyalty system and coupons. And
Can I order online?
Yeah.
Does it need to integrate with like Grubhub?
Until you bolt the loyalty system on, the photography is going to cost more than the website.
Yeah, I always tell clients like, if you're going to invest in a custom website, get good photography. Don't invest in a good website like that's all customized and then don't bother with photos. Like that's just, what's the point if I have to use stock photography?
I was watching one of those Japanese vending machine channels, and there's this place that's just gotten popular, I guess, in Japan, where this guy, he had a mechanic garage, but it wasn't doing well. So he just went and bought every old vending machine he could find and made like a little vending machine park. And people flocked to it, especially the YouTubers. But a lot of those machines were designed to have the food on display inside of them. But this guy doesn't really ever do anything with the machine, so there's just this rotten food inside the machines. You can still buy the real food and it's fine, but the display food is no longer okay.
What if I want...
Well, I think the display food is supposed to be fake food. Like, you're not supposed to put real food in there to be on display. It's supposed to be like wax and stuff. That's the whole industry.
But some of these did, because it's like a daily delivery. Sometimes in Japan, you'll have a really high-class restaurant, and then across the street, you have some of their dishes in a vending machine that they run, and they stock every day.
Vending machine sushi. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, there's so much of that.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Why did you abandon the assassin's mark?
I never was an assassin. I killed only because it was necessary.
You've had vending machine sushi?
Sushi sounds good.
I think they're much more diligent about keeping the vending machine food fresh over there.
Stay out of my way.
Gas station. I got a bit of a habit for the Kroger Chinese bowls at this point. But they always put this little container of soy sauce in there, and I hate soy sauce. And so far, I've not gotten one home without a little bit of that getting into my eyes, because they don't close it off well enough. Disgusting. It's just salt water.
Do not let Sim get full charge. I can't. I'm gonna play Moira so we can get those turrets down. It was like no one was in line of sight there. They just kind of ran away.
Fucking beginners.
I mean, it's easy to do if you're tunnel visioning, but like McCree ran around a corner, and then Ryan ran around the corner, and then Roadhog ran around a corner.
That's fucking
It
ridiculous.
is.
My power grows.
Where's he gonna res this? No.
You seem in need of aid.
What old school web browsers have we used? RT Chaser, the invention of the web browser was well after our births. We've used almost all of them. I mostly use Netscape.
My first was Internet Explorer.
In the early days.
That's winnable.
axes. Push forward. I'm on my way.
Let's get this Zarya.
This'll heal
Nice.
you.
Ready for duty.
Netscape, and then you had to do your own TCP/IP in Windows 95. But the moment that first web page came up, oh, that was an accomplishment. That was a feeling right there. And then you got on the internet, you know, when I say you, I mean I. And at first you're kind of underwhelmed because you've never had access to anything at that scale before, and you don't really know what to do. And then over time, it starts to unfold.
Step right up.
What is happening? She solo ulted the McCree. This is a chaotic match, chat.
When faced with a setback,
I don't know what's happening. I'm not playing real well either, but like, damn.
Because you're hopped up on gushers. Killing your reaction time.
It's my 30-year-old reflex. It's actually Sims full charge. This may be why they're losing their health so quick.
Triple kill. Defeat.
I'm out of gushers.
File Explorer is the first web explorer.
Play of the game.
Windows didn't even have a native solution for that in those days.
Can you tell the chat PP for poorly played? Was that quick play? Yeah, it was. I'm not playing competitive right now. It was a bizarre match.
Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar. Prepare your defenses.
This is a fun one to fly around because there's a lot of high ground.
It's the most popular team shooter right now.
I can see it in my head, but I can't think of the name. I know Apex Legends was really popular for a while. I don't know if that's the most popular now, though.
You should be at peak performance level.
Did we play that on stream?
I think we did, and it was really just generic.
Yeah, I didn't see why it was so popular. There's another one that's like a class shooter like Overwatch, but I can't remember the name of it. I never played it.
Damage increase.
It was supposed to be like a mix of Overwatch and CSGO.
I'm at a point, I think, in my life where I'm not sure that I'll ever really be able to participate in a competitive online game like that. And really
When we excel at it, yeah.
actually compete.
Enemy contact.
Stop the payload.
Valorant, the chat is saying.
Oh, yeah.
I've completely lost your stream.
Oh.
Where does it hurt?
Oh.
Your support has arrived.
DLC wants to cash the wrong way. Stupid DLC.
Ooh, they're diving hard, chat. I might be able to res our soldier.
This is not your time. And I hope they miss.
Okay, we're down like 3 now.
Let me get you patched up.
Bulletin boards were confusing. Well, look, you know, keyboard navigation. It's always going to be a little bit difficult.
Where does it hurt? Schaden verstärkt.
Why are we using ults here? We just lost the point.
Easy.
I'm taking care of you. Thanks.
Magic Spill Quad Battle Royale. I think I saw that on Reddit when I was looking. Battle Royale, I feel like I'm really out of contention there.
This is not the end.
How many times you had to clean the ball-based mouse? So many times. My balls were always dirty.
Healing stream engaged.
But when you grab like a box cutter or razor blade or something, go in there and like actually scrape that little line that catches in the middle of those rollers, the smoothness of that mouse felt so good. It was like freshly trimmed toenails.
I remember because I only ever had cheap mice. Sometimes the cheap mouse would come with a steel ball with a rubber coating, and sometimes it would be like a little lightweight like ping pong ball. And it was like, I need the steel ball. The ping pong ball doesn't track as good.
Yeah.
It's been done. Let me get you patched up.
And sometimes you get lazy and it would start actually like making noise as it dragged. And you felt bad.
Right
I need to clean your ball.
You needed a doctor? Damage amplified.
Oh, very nice play by our Reaper. I'm afraid to go up too hard. Yeah. Because of that. I might be able to res that.
We still need you. I'm taking care of you.
Activating the barrier.
Damage boost engaged.
Now the resurrection.
Fall back.
How often can you do
Oh,
that?
every 30 seconds. It's one of the longest cooldowns in the game. I don't have res up.
Heilstrahl.
Case in point, back up. Main tank and other healer are down.
Soft mouse pad or hard pad? I have a hard pad right now just because I can sometimes sit on the couch.
Figured he'd chase
The
me.
hard pad gives me a rigid surface on the soft couch. But I don't really have a preference. The internet peaked around 2003 to 2005.
Where does it hurt? Heroes never die. Ich kümmere mich um dich.
Barrier in place.
I like my M570, so I still gotta clean. You're still using the ball mouse? It's a weird
Healing
conceit.
stream engaged. Damage amplified.
It's quirky. Quirky and fun.
I'm taking care of you.
You meet a chick at a bar and you're like, hey, I still use a ball mouse. What do you think about that? You wanna look at it?
Damage increased.
Tell me about 5. Yeah, I understand the. Well, is that the ultimate? Is the everybody resurrection?
Step right up.
Where's one that is? The only one, right? Trackball? Oh, yeah. Never could get anything done with trackball.
I'm here.
There would always be somebody who'd fuck up their wrist and they'd have the trackball and it's like, oh, it seems good, but could I use it? And then you try it and you couldn't. The other thing about trackball, and I feel this way about the efficient keyboard layouts, it's great when you're at home, but every foreign mouse you put your hand on is going to be all, you're going to be terrible at it.
Let's get you back out there.
Oh, that's a bad oversight.
Right beside
Nice.
Did you ever own a zip drive? Yes, actually I did have a zip drive.
My barrier is destroyed.
I also had a mini disc player.
Needed a doctor?
There's a weird piece of technology that went nowhere.
Thanks. Put it on my tab.
Let's get you back out there.
Ooh.
Get them off me. Nerf this.
Oh, McCree. Oh, he was fine.
Heroes never die.
Anna was in a bad position there. She was a little too far up.
Nano boost administered.
I want to heal our Roadhog, but he's so far off.
Damage increase.
He's getting purpled left, right, and center.
Still have a zip drive. It's amazing how much emphasis I put on
I'm taking care of you.
storage media over the years, and yet here I am having brought along none of it, and it's fine.
You should be at peak performance level.
Keep Anna up here. Don't worry.
Sometimes it's kind of fun to discover one of those things and
My ultimate is charging.
Thank you kindly.
Heroes never die.
Roadhog, you were so far away.
Nano boost administered.
Healing stream engaged. Don't stop now.
What is that melody?
Damage amplified. You needed a doctor?
Oh, my super jump messed up.
Bad guys.
Powered up.
I'll make quick work of them.
Let me get you patched up.
Mercy can be pretty slippery. Like I said, this is a great map for her.
You should be at peak.
She can go up on the high ground a lot.
Where does it
Hello? Oh yeah, Wendell was out for a minute.
Could you not hear anything then?
Oh, I couldn't hear you at all. Were you talking? Oh.
But I couldn't hear anything either.
Step right up.
yeah, I got kicked as well.
We make a great team. Someone calls an ambulance.
We did not be right in their spawn here.
I'm taking care of
Yeah, Wendell, we didn't hear anything you were saying there. What were you saying?
Oh, I found the Bernoulli disc, and I was like, oh, I wonder what sort of treasures I left for myself on this Bernoulli disc. So I found the Bernoulli drive, and I got the Bernoulli disc hooked up. Those are only 90 megabytes, and I was like, I'm gonna find all more time. So I was so excited, I got it hooked up, and you gotta use Linux because it's so old. Linux,
We're down 2. We need it back.
and when I got it hooked up, there was nothing on it. It had gone bad. It wouldn't read.
I went through some old hard drives, and every single one of them was just an operating system drive. There was nothing useful on there.
I'm sure the pastor was like, yeah, I cleaned up my Mac.
What is that melody?
Step right up.
10 seconds remaining.
The robotic voice. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Something with Discord. I just speed tested myself, and it seems fine. I'm not getting the Sunday night curse. But Krista's Discord connection has not been great either when we've been filming stuff.
Yeah, it's been
I think
weird.
the local ISP is upgrading, or at least giving us more. And they probably fucked something up.
Play of the game.
Maybe they mistakenly gave me double the bandwidth this week.
Yeah, maybe it should have been you. Spin to win. Krista news last week was bad connection wise. I don't know what we can do about that though.
Get a new house.
Working on it.
What's the internet situation at current house candidate?
Current house candidate does have good internet. It doesn't have fiber like the other place we were looking at, but it does have good internet. Comparable to what we have now, but maybe that's not good.
Is this a large yard roof friendly?
This one is a much
situation?
bigger yard. How did the electrical inspection go? Not good. Not good at all. We were talking about it earlier. It was kind of a nightmare. They were like, yeah, like we're gonna have to rip out all of this and like redo it. And when they were told me that, I was just like, when they start getting in there, what else will they find in those walls where that house is so old? And along with some other issues, it was just like, that's just too much project for the price they wanted. How many roos can you fit in that yard? Hundreds of roos.
What if you stacked them?
Oh, then that's just indefinite.
What was the first word processing program? So my dad actually had one of those electric typewriters that was actually, it had a screen, but it was just one color. And you had to do markup to get the formatting and stuff in there. So that was the first word processor I ever used.
Someone is wrong on the WoW server. Just furiously typing over there.
Welcome to
What do you mean they're wrong?
Because he's typing so fast. I don't know what he was typing about, but
Is it an angry type?
yeah.
What about, I thought they were on voice chat.
Not always. Find a ton of house centipedes in those walls. If the worst problem that last house had was just house centipedes, I would have been like, okay.
They're supposed to be good. I have not been seeing house centipedes during the winter. Thought I saw them last winter, but so far this winter I haven't seen any of them. And I haven't seen any crickets in a while either.
Do you get like those cave crickets? I hate those.
No, it's just standard issue crickets.
Have you seen a cave cricket?
And I never see them.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Chad, if you don't know what
I've
that
never
is.
seen one alive because the cats love them.
You should look up cave cricket if you don't know what I'm talking about, chat. They're called camel cricket, I think is the real name, but...
round 1. Capture the objective.
Would you clone Rue after her death? I think we've talked about that.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. It's her experiences that make her who she is.
What the fuck are house
Okay,
centipedes?
we're kinda
They are
scattered.
terrifying little insects. They have many legs and they're all like bony and they're just disgusting. But supposedly they're good for your house because they eat all the other pests. And I have quite a few of them here in the basement.
The objective is now
Or I used to.
Oh, I faded, but not quick enough. Get a clean slate. I mean, Rue's pretty good most of the time. I don't really have a lot of complaints about Rue's behavior. She was a terror when she was a puppy. I don't want to go through that again.
I'm on my way.
Lucio picked me up.
Let's get patched up.
Get into position.
They can infest if they have a damp area. I only ever see them in the basement. But the basement is, you know, it's underground, so of course there's going to be dampness. What about the tail thing with Rue? Yeah, you could have a whole Rue again if you want.
Surrender to my will.
Well, we use too many ults here. We use like 3 ults. Oh, they're using some even though they've already lost this fight. Alright. That's a choice.
Oh, what a bunch of losers.
You try not to invest
They should
ults when you've got
uninstall.
multiple people dead.
Will there ever be a Rue Toast Crouton crossover?
I don't think his cats would like
would
Rue
have to
Dog.
There would have to be a lot of, like, that would have to be done very slowly. We'd have to boil that frog.
Yeah, I would keep
The
Rue
cats.
unleashed for sure. Like, not that she would do anything,
Like,
but
step one would be the cats have to get used to Krista, and I don't know how long that would take, even with greenies. They've been dogs at the vets. Of course, they were in their carrier at the time, but when they were around other animals, they just went completely silent and sat there. They didn't do anything.
oh, she was purple.
Are kittens worse than puppies? At what? Krista, this is why I lose
I'm on my
fights.
way.
Because of someone being purpled, or like everyone's kind of scattered.
I don't know.
Like our Zarya got purpled and that was it. Oh, you're talking about the staggering thing where like a couple people die but we invest ults anyway? That's a bad I think to do. Oh, see that was bad play by me. I thought I had fade up but I didn't. I was trying to back around the corner but I didn't have my cooldown available.
Get into position.
I don't remember asking for excuses.
So they have coaches for Overwatch, right? Like when you play pro. And I kind of think about it and I'm like, how can that person be a coach? Oh.
Well, are they ex-players?
No, that's what I don't understand. I'm like, that'd be like you coaching me. It doesn't really make any sense.
What? But there has to be something about me that I get that job. Like, how do you get that job?
Allow me to repair the damage.
Stop running from me.
This will restore you. Become Karula. Огонь по готовности. Surrender to my will.
Players, but not on the same high level.
This will improve your condition.
That's what I don't understand. Like, I feel like I would not be fit to coach someone in the Overwatch League. Like,
Well, maybe they're just being nice to those guys, and their real job is to, you know, like, make sure everything's nice and clean at the practice house.
yeah.
Book the hotel rooms and carry the luggage.
Score 1-0.
I guess if you understand like the game theory, because this game has a lot of theory to it. It's not just shoot. Oh, maybe that's, you know, now that I'm 30 and my esports career is over, maybe my coaching career has just begun.
You know what you should do? You should start an Overwatch Little League team.
Oh, we should do that for the forum. November next year is just Overwatch coaching.
Well, who are you going to coach?
People in the forum. Or we could do like a tournament system. People could do teams.
Did you see that the Minecraft server now has a Discord voice
I
channel
did
on
see
level
that.
1? Full, too.
Yeah, the server is like melting it on fire for the load, but it's good. It's good. It's all good. Whatever.
Help me. Allow me to repair the damage.
But I got nothing left in the tank here. I've used everything trying to keep you assholes up.
You know, it'd be weird to tell somebody that you play games for a living, but it's going to be a lot weirder to tell people that you coach people who play games.
Oh! Oh my gosh, you're just standing there. See, if I had better awareness, I would have known Zarya was still there.
You think I'm on my way?
I really hate burning Fade just to catch up with people. It's not a good use of the cooldown, but like, I'm not going to be able to catch up with them otherwise.
Life's about sacrifices.
Well, I don't want to be their human sacrifice.
You can't always get what you want, Krista, but sometimes you know what you can get.
Get what you need!
Step right up.
What is that noise?
Yeah, I hear that. Is that Wendell's?
Oh, is that me? You hear that?
We could.
You couldn't hear the back crinkling. I didn't know.
Or Winston needs to swap here. He's just jumping and feeding.
So the coaches just say get good. They should let Gordon Ramsay coach an Overwatch team.
When faced with a setback.
Look, there's Winston. Look where he is, chat. Look where we are.
I'm restoring you.
Did Krista ever play in bronze?
No.
Everybody has to, right?
No. You place I think the lowest I ever was gold.
I'm
Oh.
restored.
Oh. She was born perfect.
No, gold's pretty average.
That's not what Wendell and I were. That's not a salad bowl. That sounded like a YouTube video or something.
Please, let me heal you. Stop jumping away from me. Literally, over and over. Watch, he's gonna jump again. Watch him. This piece of shit.
Close your eyes and think. Can you hear the sound of a floppy boots? Yeah, I can hear a floppy in my head.
Gold is average? Yeah, I would say so. I think that's where most people place when they first start playing competitive.
I don't think that's the case. I think it's overwhelmingly bronze, right? Maybe silver. But you played a lot of this game before you ever went ranked, didn't you?
I don't have enough heal juice for all of you.
Get into position.
Flat would be average? Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know anything about the Overwatch player thing.
Allow me to repair the damage.
That's the league I play in now, which is probably pretty average. Never quite broken diamond. I've gotten close before.
Defend the objective. Find the issue.
Like Winston's in their spawn. He's about to feed. There he goes.
Let's group up here. Join me.
Where's Hog? I hear him. There he is.
Get you healed up.
This will restore you.
Gordon didn't turn around shit. Well, here's a little secret. They picked the worst of the worst to make those episodes. They were looking for a certain kind of restaurant, and they got it. And in most cases, there was nothing anybody could do to fix the human problem.
I'm on my way.
This McCree values his life.
Step right up.
What coward.
Oh, I got stuck on the wall! Dang it, if I had not done that, if I had more better awareness, I could have stayed alive there. More better. No, look, see, I got stuck on like the planter. I probably just threw that, chat.
Think somebody's reporting you right now?
I can't believe she got struck.
Surrender to my will. I require assistance.
Wow.
The temperature you think the healing thing is?
Just so warm.
Is it cold or is
It's
it
warm.
Improve your condition.
You think so? You think it feels almost indistinguishable from a stream of urine?
Get into position.
I tried to get away from Tracer here, and then I walked into the Hog ult.
I must
Need peeling. Hog. The Winston was not the choice here. Not into Hog.
This will heal you.
Round 2, loss.
What was your favorite character in Team Fortress? I was the demo man. Talking about the original, not the
1-1.
Team Fortress 2.
I didn't really get into Team Fortress until Team Fortress 2.
I feel like I would have really enjoyed Team Fortress if I had gotten into it like when it launched.
I was playing that mod for Quake that gave me the grappling hook.
That's Team Fortress.
I think I was just playing with the grappling hook though. I don't think I was playing Team Fortress.
Team Fortress, well, they had a bunch of those mods, but Team Fortress still had the classes.
2, 1. Round 3.
I think it was a rocket launcher dude one of those?
That was the soldier, yeah.
Okay, I might have, maybe I did
I'm
play
not
that.
gonna burn face.
And they had the snipers, and the mechanic on the sniper rifle, you had to hold the button down, and it would slowly zoom in, and then only then could you release. So the sniper had to spend a long time setting up the shot.
There's Doomfist. I hear him, but I don't see him.
And the pyro was just a soldier, but his shit set everything on fire. The best was the medic in the original, because his axe would infect the other players. Yeah, the sentry guns. That was probably the biggest part of that mod that was different. And people figured out where to put them in those maps, and they were almost impossible to get.
This will improve your. Thank you.
It was good times.
This will heal you.
Yeah, when he did not be in their spawn.
All over dial-up chat.
Oh, he played himself.
My ultimate is charged. This will restore you. Help me. I need to.
Oh, back up, back up, back up. I shouldn't have faded there.
Allow me to repair the damage. I will draw strength from your body. Get into
Hogs here, help me!
I need assistance. This will improve your condition.
Now this girl with the hands, that's not the same as the girl with the machine gun?
No. Okay, we need to back up. Time to back up.
Fall back. Understood. This will heal you.
How many ults did they used to do that? I think 2. Both are tank ults.
Christy, do you make callouts in game, or do you avoid it because of creep?
I usually avoid it because of creeps. I use the in-game voice chat.
Touch from afar.
Shit. I shouldn't have done that. That was bad cooldown usage. So I use like fall back and push forward a lot. Or I'm on my way when I die. Especially when I'm playing support, so people know to play a little more conservatively. Why Wrecking Ball? Why?
I'm trying to think of lyrics from that song, but I can't remember.
Allow me to repair the damage.
I feel like I'm putting out decent healing numbers, it's just... like, you can't out-heal it.
Well, you can't. I could.
Baited. Look how scattered we are right now. We've got 2 AoE healers. Maybe Mercy would be a better choice here. But I feel like Mercy wouldn't be able to keep up with this either.
My ultimate is almost ready.
And they say crashing the party.
Injured again.
A lot of ults coming in.
Imagine how much worse the PS or PTSD problem would be if we had this kind of instant healing on our battlefields.
That should be winnable.
What was your first LAN game? Doom. Blew my fucking mind. Doom over a serial cable. Just 1v1. Wasn't really a LAN. Remember, these were dial-up days.
Repairing the damage.
That's a good shot by Hanzo.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Alright, they're down 2.
I remember downloading Doom over the course of like 4 hours on a modem, because that's as good as our phone lines were.
I got a hold of the shareware disc somewhere. I don't remember where. Like the real one. Warcraft. I don't know if I ever played Warcraft one.
Well, I remember using there was a piece of software called Kali that would do IPX bridging over TCP, and I would use that to play games that didn't support LAN play over, or the games that only supported LAN play. It didn't support internet play, but that would make them work over the internet.
Yeah, but over dial-up, that was trash.
Yeah.
All right, Christy.
Who?
Krista, it's 10:30. You're gonna take us out with a victory.
Yes.
It's time to put on your try-hard hat or tiara or whatever it is that you try hard with. Maybe a pair of bracers.
Oh, I should get a glass of wine. On a weekend, and if you're playing late at night, it's almost certainly that you'll have someone on your team who is drunk or high.
Come on, let's bring it together.
Well, yeah, sure. Get sweaty.
I like Lucy on this map. Where's she going?
Do you remember the last time you used dial-up? That was probably like one of the times that I left my house to go back to college. The last time I did that, I don't remember it specifically, but that would have been it.
I used dial-up one time last year because something had died and the backup circuit was still dial-up. And so in order to diagnose it, I had to dial into it. And that was fun because I couldn't find a USB modem. And then when I found a USB modem, I had to use a SIP bridge to get it to work. And voiced data over a SIP bridge is not supposed to work. So I think I connected at like 14.4. And that was just the most horrible, painful experience ever.
That's one of those things that you stop appreciating very quickly is internet speed. Like when you first get it, you're like, oh, this is great, but you're used to it within a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then you just expect it.
Yeah, and then it's just terrible when it's gone.
Did I actually kill Wrecking Ball, or no, he made it out? I booped him, but I didn't know if he managed to make it out. Ooh, 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 ooh. Need some cover.
Oh, this is my jam.
Heroes never die.
Tactical visor activated.
Boop Anna up. Nice. Should be winnable. We lost May. I think she's the only one. Might pick her up because she's got ult.
I'm on my way.
Come here, you dumb bitch.
Did you have a I didn't have a fax machine. What use would I have for a fax machine? I supported the fax machines at one of my jobs. A lot of fax machine spam. Which seems like it should be illegal. It's like literally using all resources.
Not mom! Ow! I should have wall rode there. That was chaotic.
No, not black pages. It would be advertisements and stuff.
On my way.
I think both teams used every ult there. That's hilarious.
And fax machines technically didn't use ink, so it didn't matter if the page was entirely black. It cost exactly the same as a page that was entirely white.
Hey, audio medic. Get back. My
remember the prank that you could take a couple sheets of paper, tape them together, and just have a loop of paper going through a fax machine, and it would waste somebody else's paper at the other end? That was amazing.
Alright, we can push them.
Let's push forward.
I'm on fire! Everyone follow me!
I hear this wrecking ball. I don't see him though. Oh, teabag him, chat.
Tactical necessity.
Boy.
Hello.
Chris, have you seen the Lord of the Rings with lightsabers?
I have.
Enemy contact.
You have any thoughts on it?
It's alright.
Well put.
It's alright. That's fine.
You wanted to go out on a win. What are you trying to do?
Here, let's pick it up. I'm on my way.
I could have all rode up.
Healing food.
John Wick with lightsabers too. I hope they don't fuck up the next John Wick.
They will. Oh, Ash is there. That's bad awareness from me.
Tactical visor activated.
You know what movie I have? Well, you know, it's one of those situations that happens to me so often.
Oh wow, what a recovery.
That some person, I don't even know who's doing it, is putting these movies on my hard drives. But Tenet, I can't bring myself to sit down and watch Tenet.
I heard it was kind of meh.
Nothing's gonna stop.
Oh, oops, messed that up.
Chris, have you seen the Kickstarter to buy Tolkien's house?
I did, but it's not supported by his family, so kind of weird.
So who's?
It's just like some actors and stuff.
They just don't. Who gets the house if they don't do this?
I don't know. I think it's just like like no one gets it.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Probably didn't need to use that. He probably just baited that out of him.
Wouldn't a state have to get it in that case? Something happens to it.
Heroes never die.
Push on.
This is not your time.
Pass into the iris.
I still have not watched Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. Well, I've never seen Harry Potter. So it's both there. Lord of the Rings movies are good though, and they still kind of hold up.
Oh no, I fell.
I'm all right. Good and new. Get back. You feel that? I am.
This guy almost certainly has all right.
Let's up.
30 seconds remaining.
So close. Just hang in there.
I gotta get ult again before this next fight.
Move it, people.
What's the status of the Amazon series?
Still in production.
10 seconds remaining.
Here, let's pick it up.
Tactical visor.
Oh, that was a little too far away.
Oh, so somebody just owns the house that they're selling it? It's interesting. How much of a premium do you get if it's his house? I mean, I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't give you extra $10 for it. But certainly someone would. Oh, that's the V.
It is, and look who's on fire. It's me.
Play of
What's
That
that
means my character's doing well, playing well.
Nobody else
I
had
know.
that. But you didn't get to play the game.
I didn't.
So it's all for nothing.
Look at this. Worth.
Did he sacrifice
He did.
himself?
Rip. Well, that was the last one though, chat.
Did you have a positive win-loss tonight? I didn't pay
I
attention.
also didn't pay attention. Another thing they say, if you want to climb, you should be paying closer attention to that. But I don't
Yeah,
really.
You gotta know. Because you don't want to climb. You've lost
The-
the eye of the
yeah.
tiger.
Okay, cancel search. All right. Anything else we want to say?